all out them pint bottles out granny crib. I poured so much I ain't want to live. Told money then, shit we in the wind. I was in the hood when I clipped the bin. Since a young nigga I been ready. Went glass house on every Chevy. In this game I tried plenty settings. It's all or nothing how niggas been. Got sucker niggas, keep suckers with them. One of the reasons I ain't fucking with them. Trish Tech and some more than her. Guess she couldn't even afford a winner. I'm open late, don't need a scale, and it's always over. Sneak wishing well, I double down, slick shit to spell. Shawty know I don't kiss and tell. I'm faded, 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 faded. I'm faded, 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 faded. I'm faded, 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 faded. I'm faded, 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 faded.
This shit is crazy, chat. I don't know what to do, chat. Oh, wow, bro. I'm not going to be able to read chat. It's crazy, chat. Alright, here we go. We just gonna have to leave it like that, chat. I'm not gonna be able to read chat. I'm not gonna be able to do nothing, chat. I don't know if I'm hacked. I don't know what's going on, chat. Like, I don't know. I don't know. It's really discouraging at this point. What's up, Big Niche? What's up, Carlos? It's really discouraging at this point, man. I don't know. I don't know if I'm hacked. I don't know what, chat. Double tap the screen. Shut a live out, chat. Let me see, man. Let's get into the intro. Can y'all hear me, chat? Press 1 if y'all can hear me, man. Everything good? Oh, man. Double tap the screen. Shut a live out. What we doing tonight, chat? Double tap the screen. Shut a live out. What we doing tonight, chat? They said Trump offered Royal Casino to free Iran. The revolution favors and takeovers. Minneapolis in shambles. Y'all double tap the screen. Share the live out. I don't know, Carlos. My screen's just jumping like this. You know, like when I'm in OBS, it's working perfectly. But like when I'm on my browser, like at first it was only X. When I pulled up X, it was just like tripping out, glitching out. It'll play the sounds. It wouldn't play the videos. Now when my YouTube was working fine. Now that I went live and I'm trying to read chat and shit, my YouTube's I don't know, chat. I'm not suicidal, man. But we finna get into it though. I just did a damn intro, right? So I don't care if you far left, far right, liberal, conservative, Marxist, fascist, alien, NPC, get your ass in. We finna have them conversations tonight. So call your auntie, uncle, and your cousin. Tell them plug live and he running his mouth. What's up, Mama Money? What's up, Corey World? We got an action-packed episode, chat. We have the Mexican government issuing a warning to the United States saying unilateral military action against Mexico would be disastrous. Also, we have I believe Iranian prince, an ex-prince, saying we offer you almost 5,000 acre complex in Tehran if Trump helps free Iran. If Trump helps free Iran, he will get a 5,000 acre, complex, and we'll get into that. Also, we have Greenlanders speaking out against Trump. Greenlander speaking out against Trump. This clip of the lady I had before me, I'm not gonna lie, chat. I really think this clip that I got up there is the reason they got my shit acting funny. I don't know. But this 2026 predictions, it's one guy, I believe he looks like he's like some kind of Asian or maybe, of Asian descent. He's making a lot of these predictions through this geopolitical stuff. This girl's kind of breaking down his video, but I do think that's what got stuff looking a little stiff over here, chat. So I'm gonna need y'all to double tap the screen and shut the live out, man. We 25 subscribers away from the next sub goal. We go live every single day over here talking politics, current events, and entertainment. Double tap the screen. Let's hit the algorithm. Also, we have we have senators and congressmen speaking out about Greenland and the Renee Good situation. Also, we have protesters in Minneapolis storming the hotel where they believe the ICE agents were sleeping. And it says 1.5 to 1 1.8 million Iranians are in the streets fighting tonight. They're saying the revolution has spread to 512 locations, 180 cities, and 31 provinces. Every single province, man. They're saying stop calling this protest, stop calling this riots. This is a revolution. And if Trump helps, he's set to get about 5,000 acres of a royal palace type deal. Also, we have Representative calling for Kristi Noem's job. They're saying Kristi Noem is unfit to serve as DHS secretary after the Minnesota shooting. Also, we'll hear from Zoran Mamdani, and we'll get into a few other things as well. Chat, probably do a panel and take some call-ins, because I don't know what's going on with the glitching and everything that's going on, man. I hope I'm not hacked. What's up, Darking? Let's get into it, chat. Double tap the screen, shut it live out. Let's get into this first video. This is 2026 predictions from this lady, and like I said, the one guy that's always teaching the geopolitical classes.
Please watch this video.
So we're going to expect civil war in the United States. Then you're going to have the Americans start to attack Venezuela and possibly other countries in South America. So America is in for a bad time, okay? China, yeah, I mean, Japan and China and India, they're all going to have conflicts with each other. But also what we should expect is that America starts to embargo China, meaning America uses its sea power to block China from accessing resources more.
I don't know, chat. When he says he thinks America might block China from accessing resources, I think we see something kind of going on right now. We see a squeeze going on. They're talking about, who is that? Mark Carney's talking about China's going to buy the oil from Canada because of the Venezuela situation and also the Iran situation. So China's going to end up buying the oil from Canada, and that'll be a lot easier to cut off, man. I don't know, man. Trump might be pushing Mark Carney into a corner right now. But when he says blocking off China, I think that will happen. I just don't know if it's going to happen in the way that he's speaking about it, as far as the ships and the total blockade around China.
And China imports most of its oil and a lot of its food. So if there's a blockade of China, you can expect the Chinese economy to really suffer, okay? All right. And then what we can expect to happen is America at some point will go to war with Iran, and this will destroy both countries, okay? Iran will not lose this war, but it won't win this war either, because America is just going to bomb the crap out of Iran. It's just going to send Iran back decades.
And with him saying that, Trump did let off some bombs in Syria today. I believe there were attacks. The U.S. struck Syria today. When it comes to Iran, we hear what Trump said. He said he's ready to free the people of Iran. He has a 5,000-acre compound palace, whatever the hell you want to call it, on the damn line. And we know one thing's for sure, two things for certain. Trump's not ashamed to get a reward for doing what he feels like should be done, man. Hey, a little extra pick me up never hurt Trump. We seen that Qatari jet, you know what I mean? We seen those pins and clocks and shit as gifts. Now we might see him get a 5,000-acre palace, man. A 5,000-acre palace for freeing Iran.
But America will lose this war. But this is important because if America loses war, it's forced out of the Middle East. And once it's forced out of the Middle East, all its military assets goes.
Listen, hold on, chat. Tom, you said he's talking hypotheticals that will never happen. I think I see a big blue box at the top of this video that says predictions. Of course he's talking hypotheticals. It says predictions at the damn top.
Israel, which creates the Pax Judaica. Does that make sense, guys? That's the plan. Okay, now you have Pax Judaica.
So at the end of this video, this professor talks about Pax Judaica, which is basically New World Order. So after the U.S. and Iran go to war with each other, both countries will be destroyed. Neither country will win. The U.S. will be pushed out of the Middle East. But all of the U.S.'s assets will then be transferred to Israel. Israel will emerge as the winner.
Now, right there, when she says that all of the equipment left over there will be transferred to Israel, I don't know, man. The way Trump talked about the way Biden withdrew from Afghanistan and left all of the equipment over there, and we seen the people dancing with the choppers, that they was dancing with AKs and shit to Drake. Y'all remember that the day when Trump, when the last administration left all that stuff over there in Iraq, that's when that video went viral. They was over there partying with the AKs in the damn little ballroom, and they was playing Drake. I don't know if Trump's going to leave all that military equipment anywhere. I'm just going to be honest. I don't know if Trump's going to leave military equipment any fucking where.
Corporations and tech companies like Google will then move to Israel to create a global surveillance system. Right now, Israel has the most advanced surveillance system in the world. And at the same time, Mossad agents will be all around the world like they are right now, creating division and chaos. And for that, you need financing. So the banks from the US will also move to Israel. And the Israeli currency will then become the global.
Hey, then we got Lil Patel want to come here talking about Trump made the deal with the Taliban. Idiot. Guess what? Lil Patel, nobody came to see you. I didn't call you an idiot. You want to call me an idiot? Now, I would stop the show and fucking talk about you, but we're not 10 minutes in yet. So I'm going to spare you right now. I'm the one on the microphone. You can't win right now because the phone line's not open. You can't. When I open the phone lines, maybe you can call in and talk you a little shit, man. But right now, we're going to move on with the show, idiot.
Dominant currency. Does that make sense? That is how we arrive at Pax Judaica, the New World Order. But here is the slither of hope that we have. So back in September of last year, Saudi Arabia...
Man, I don't know about this Pax Judaica. I've never heard of Pax Judaica, chat. Have y'all ever heard of Pax Judaica? I've never heard of that shit, man.
Does that make sense? That is how we arrive at Pax Judaica, the New World Order. But here is the slither of hope that we have. So back in September of last year, Saudi Arabia and Pakistan signed a defense pact that had the language of a NATO-style alliance, which is something that no Muslim nations ever had before. This is what the West fears deeply, is all of the Arab nations, all of the Muslim nations, creating a NATO-style alliance. This would threaten their power, which is why they poured trillions of dollars to create chaos and instability in the entire eastern region. Here's what's interesting. The UAE is normalizing relations with Israel, and that threatens Saudi Arabia's sovereignty. So Saudi Arabia is quietly creating diplomatic relations with Iran when they historically have been enemies. It is unity. Unity is the only thing that can save us from Pax Judaica.
All right, so basically what this woman is saying is the only thing that can save us from the New World Order is the damn Arab nations getting together under some NATO-style shit. Now, lady, I'm going to be all the way real with you. I don't know if that's the only hope, man. I don't know if that's the last hope. You might just be talking. But I want to know how you guys feel about the Arab nations making a NATO-style alliance. Do you feel like that is the last hope to keep us from the New World Order? I don't know. I'm not sold, lady. I'm just not sold. All right, chat, this is the rioters. They're attempting to break in. This is in Minnesota last night. They were attempting to break into the hotel where the ICE agents were staying. Everybody's saying, where the hell is the National Guard? So, chat, do y'all think the National Guard should already be deployed to Minneapolis? Yes or no in the chat? Should the National Guard be deployed to Minneapolis? Yes or no? What it do, OG? Where the hell is this ice cream music coming from? And what song is that? I forgot what song that is. What song is that? Is that I know I can be what I want to be what I want to be if I work hard at it. Who is that, Mace? Is that the Mace instrumental playing like a damn ice cream truck? Oh, that's Nas. That's Nas. That is Nas. I don't know why I thought that was Mace. I think Mace had that song. I'm gonna call my mama. Call you. No, that wasn't Mace either. Who the hell was that? Hey, and whoever this is right here, I know his mama gonna see this clip right here. Whoever this black guy is right here turning around. When his mama sees him on this damn film, she's gonna be like, boy, what the hell was you doing trying to break in that hotel? I know damn well my baby didn't go down there downtown trying to break in the damn hotel and get at some ICE officers. His ass is gonna be in trouble when his mama see this shit, man. She's not gonna let this shit go on, man.
Guys, you're already this close. Keep fucking pushing. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. What the fuck? Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck
Yes, this is in Minnesota. They're trying to break into the hotel to attack the ICE officers, man. So, what I'm gonna say is, I don't know, man. I guess some places are just lawless. I'm just gonna be honest with you, Chad. It's no way in the fuck this shit goes on in Arkansas, bro. I guess it's just the sheer number of people down there or something. But when I see shit like this going on, man, it's just, it amazes me, because in Arkansas, that shit, man, it would have been tasers and shit going off every fucking where, man. They live for shit like this in Arkansas, man. I'm just gonna be all the way honest with you, man. They got a call. It's like 50 people trying to break into this damn hotel and shit, man. Oh my God, bruh. It's gonna be 300 cop cars out there instantly, man. It's going to be a line from that hotel all the way to Walmart with police, man. Alright, chat, I don't know how Nick Sorter gets all this damn footage. If somebody knows how Nick Sorter gets all this damn footage, just tell them keep getting the damn footage. But this shit is crazy, chat. This is the outside of that, I believe, that same facility. And a woman, I seen the woman spit in this dude's face. I didn't watch the whole clip, but I watched her hawk up that big ass loogie and spit it in this guy's face, chat. And I'm just gonna be all the way honest with you, man. I don't know how I would have reacted, man. The sheer force that this glob of spit hit this man in the side of his face, and the way he just grabbed it and threw it down, chat, I don't know how I would have reacted, man. I'm just gonna be all the way honest, chat. I don't know how I would have reacted, man. Watch this. Oh man, chat. Now, men. I'm talking to the men in the chat right now, men. How do you react to this, men? What is your next move right here, chat? Men, what is your next move? This random Karen just hocked up a loogie and spit it on the side of your chin, man. And it slides down to your quarter zip jacket, man. I'm just going to be honest, chat. I might be unpredictable in that moment, man. I might be a little unpredictable, man. See, this is why people need to be outside with somebody, man. You got to have somebody with you, because by yourself, you might make an irrational decision in this moment, man. Just going to be honest with you. I'm going to tell you what would have happened if she was from where I'm from, man. Somebody would have said, get her. And it would have went, all hell would have broke loose, man. Because depending on who she spit on, if she spit on someone with a little bit of motion or just a little bit of money, nobody would have had anything to say. They would have known they would have been well compensated, man. Motherfucker would have said, get her, man. And I'm telling you, man, they would have probably beat the dog shit out of Susie Beth out there, man. Susie Beth would have probably been unrecognizable if she put that spit on me like that, man. I'm just gonna be real. I wouldn't have touched her, man, but I would have just money is good, man. Money good, beat her motherfucking ass, man. She just spit in my face like this, straight up, man. Beat her motherfucking ass, man. So women gotta handle that, man. Straight up, man. She just spit on me, man. Money is, listen, chat, $25, $30, man. Depending on how much love you got out here in these streets, man. A good meal, a steak dinner, man. A steak dinner, everything's good, man. Get on her ass, man. I'm taking everybody out for steak dinner, man. We got 2 steak dinners because y'all know I'm broke, man. We got about $65, $70 to spend on some steak dinners for y'all to beat her ass. Thank you, Najee. And look at his big smiley ass. And man, he just so damn happy. He just happy to fucking be there. Look at him, Chad. He's just happy. He don't care who got spit on. He don't give a damn what's going on. He's just happy to be there, man. Thank you, Najee. Carlos, your ass going to the county, shit. You talking about you got me and you want a porterhouse, shit. You ain't gonna get that porterhouse for, you not gonna get the porterhouse because I'm gonna have to bund you out. Carlos, if you get him, if I say get her, man, the money, we got some steak dinners and shit. That's for the females, Carlos. If you do anything, man, motherfuckers gonna have to bond you. It's not gonna be a steak dinner for you, Carlos. That steak dinner money just went towards the damn bond, man. The hell are you talking about? Alright, man, we're gonna move on. I don't even want to see that woman spit in his face again. I'm not gonna lie, chat. That kind of, you know what I mean? That was a little crazy. Alright, chat. I'm gonna read y'all this right here. This is from the ex-prince, one of the ex-princes over there, and this is what he is offering Trump if Trump just so chooses to help free Iran. If Trump helps to free Iran, this guy says, President Trump, this is a serious offer. We offer you 4,900 acres complex in Tehran as a gift. Free our country and you can turn it into a hotel and casino. They pulling on Trump emotions, man. It is currently a shrine housing the founder of the Islamic Revolution tomb. You can do whatever you want with this. So they saying if Trump makes some shit go kaboom, and they, I guess, reinstate the old king or whatever, and free Iran, this will be his 4,900 acre complex. They said he can turn that bad boy. Listen, this shit was a shrine. This is a shrine housing the founder of the Islamic Revolution's tomb. They saying, Trump, you can have it, man. We will pull this man up out of there tomorrow. We will pull the founder of the Islamic Revolution and his tomb the hell up out of here tomorrow, man. If you come through for us, Trump. Do y'all think Trump should do it, man? Do y'all think Trump should do it, man? This will be his, man. Do y'all think Trump should do it, man? You said who posted that? Shear posted this. It got 2 million views. President Trump, this is a serious offer, man. 4,900 acres, man. Hotel, look at that. Y'all know he want to turn the Gaza Strip to the Golden Trump hotels, man. The Golden Trump hotels, man. Y'all don't think he trying to put one in Iran too, man? Listen, man. He was already saying that if some shit, he was already listen, Iran Supreme Leader's been tweeting at him all week. They've been tweeting back and forth all week, man. They just trying to sweeten the deal for Trump. It's looking like Trump was ready to push the damn button anyway. It looked like they just trying to sweeten the deal for him, man. It looked like that. I don't think Trump's gonna send anybody over there. I think Trump's gonna tell them boys to do a damn strike, man. Make some shit go boom over there, man. All right, let's move on, man. Let's move on. Mexico did issue a statement. I'll read Mexico's statement later, man. I'll read Mexico's statement in a little bit. What is this clip right here? I think this is somebody in Congress or something. What is this? I can't believe I'm posting this video, but we actually have to have a conversation about the real world implications of America going to war over Greenland. Let me walk you through this. It doesn't work out well for us. Okay. Who the hell is this talking?
What we're talking about here is the United States going to war with NATO. The United States going to war with Europe. I kind of can't believe that
You said Iran never lost a war in 5,000 years. I'm going to tell you like this, man. For 4,900 acres, a royal casino and hotel, Iran might just lose their first battle, their first war, man. For 5,000 acres, the damn Islamic Revolution's leader's tomb, a royal casino and shit. Iran, the clock, Iran ass on the clock, man. Trump probably licking his chops right now. Iran ass on the clock, man.
I'm going to talk to you about the consequences of invading Greenland, but I am, because you have to take Trump seriously now. Nobody thought that we were going to be invading Venezuela or running their country a few months ago, and now we are. So he says he wants Greenland. He says he's keeping the military option on the table. So let's...
You said send my kids to go fight for them. My kids not old enough, and I wouldn't. I'm not saying that it's right. I think Trump's going to send some damn bombs over there, man. The revolution's already going. The revolution spread through all 31 provinces, 180-something countries. They're saying there's 1.8 million people out there protesting, man. I don't think Trump needs to send anybody. I think he needs to send some damn... whatever, if he's going to get the job done and he wants to take that $5,000 royal casino and help free Iran, yeah, I think they want some airstrikes, man. I don't think they want boots on I think they want some damn airstrikes. They want some shit to go boom to the point to where everybody, just the supreme leader flees. The poly market's already showing, man. The supreme leaders already made plans to get the hell up out of there and go to Russia, man. He's made plans to go to Russia on some Edward Snowden shit. He gonna be in Russia like Snowden, man, looking around and shit.
About what that means. Here's what you need to know. It's sort of a basic thing. Greenland is a part of Denmark. Denmark is a NATO country. And the NATO treaty says that if any member is attacked, then all the other members have to come to their defense. So what you are essentially talking about here is the United...
That's the thing. Trump just said yesterday or the day before that if we were attacked, he doesn't think NATO would help. So he's probably betting him, Hegseth, Rubio, they're probably betting that NATO ain't going to do shit. Whether NATO is or not, I don't know. It's to see. They said shoot first, ask questions later. But it's looking like this administration don't think NATO about to do a goddamn thing. I'm just going to be honest. They said if NATO wouldn't help us,
United States going to war with NATO. The United States going to war with Europe. You're talking about the U.S. and France being at war with each other over Greenland.
I'm going to keep it real. No, I'm not going to say that.
We can't sort of sugarcoat this. Like, that is what we're talking about here. Now, every NATO country would have to make a decision whether they were going to rush troops to Greenland to fight America. Some maybe wouldn't. Some might. Who in the United States of America wants a war between the United...
Now, you said I'm a fool. Why am I a fool? All I do, I didn't even make an inference. I quoted what Trump said, and I'm an idiot. He said if America got involved in some shit, he doesn't think NATO would help, and I'm an idiot. That's not even a damn inference. The man said it. The hell you mean? You're an idiot. What? He said it, not me.
United States and Europe over Greenland? And Donald Trump, he just sees the world in terms of real estate, right? He's not trying to fix any of your problems. He just wants a ballroom. He wants a big land mass that he probably thinks is a lot bigger than it actually is because he looks at the wrong map projection. But you're talking about war between the United States and Europe. And so it's kind of insane.
You talking about you believe Trump, fool? I believe Trump about as much as I believe your ass. I don't know you, and I really don't know Trump. I don't know what the fuck y'all gonna do. And it's looking like right about now, a lot of the shit Trump saying he's gonna do, for the good, the bad, or the ugly, he's damn sure trying. He just, every day I wake up, it's some new shit, man. It's like they just got a damn dart board, man, and they just throwing darts at the damn wall. Whatever it sticks, that's what we're gonna tackle today. What do you mean? I don't know you. I don't know Trump. I don't know what the fuck y'all gonna do.
That we have to explain this to him and to the American public. But understand that that's where we're at right now. The President of the United States entertaining an attempt to take Greenland by military force, which, by definition, might end up putting the United States in a shooting war with France.
All right, Chad. He's saying that might have put us in a shooting war with France. It very much well could. I'm not going to sit here and say that it can't. It very much well could. We're going to watch this clip about Iran, and then we're going to get into the Minnesota a little bit, and we'll probably... no. I'm going to play the clips of the Greenlanders. These are the Greenlanders speaking out about not wanting to become a part of the United States. We'll play that first. We'll listen to the Greenlanders. The Greenlanders.
The Trump. I'm an ordinary girl from Greenland. I will fight you to the death, you motherfucker. Do you have the guts? Me in the ring alone. Hello, Mr. Trump. I'm an ordinary girl from Greenland. I will fight you to the death, you motherfucker.
All right, we heard from her. That was cute. I think she meant it though. She might mean that, man. She might go out with a bang. All right, let's hear from some more Greenlanders, man. Let's hear from some more Greenlanders, see how they feeling about becoming a part of the United States.
She spoiled my sleep, or they do. Yeah, I don't sleep very well because I'm afraid.
No, I'm not gonna lie, chat. That picture, who was that passed out at the White House that day? That like RFK was standing next to him. Like I think RFK like kind of stepped back and walked off. Trump was just standing there like he didn't give a fuck, bro. Like, who is that passed out at the White House that day and everybody just kind of, like, people went to help him, but, like, the people we thought would, like, you know, show some empathy and sympathy, man, they stepped the fuck back, man. Like, what's to you, bro? Like, what's to do? What's wrong with him?
They have no respect for us, for my country.
I guess that that's like a safety protocol or something, you know what I'm saying? I guess that's, you know, safety, like, something goes on, let's, you know, I don't know, bro.
Eller for our country. So...
I forgot, it was like a couple months ago, RFK was up there, Trump was up there, man, when the guy passed out, man. I'm gonna find that clip when that dude passed out, man.
What I think is he wants the Greenlandic minerals to pay off the national debt of United States. That's what I think.
Do you think people are really scared in Greenland?
Yeah, I've seen quite few who were concerned.
I dreamed about him last night. Yeah. Nightmare. That he was coming with the ship. It was awful. That dream.
Was it the same day that Trump was looking like he was asleep up there? Was it the same day Trump was resting his eyes?
So, I'm scared.
What the reasons behind it, we don't get it, really. It's so peaceful and calm here, and he says that Denmark is not protecting Greenland from what, and there's been a collaboration with the USA for many years. So it's not all of the sudden, but it's really aggressive now, and it's getting kind of annoying.
Said it's getting kind of annoying. You said Maduro's regime is still in power. Of course, I called it. When they're trying to force that woman into Maduro's vice president, they're trying to force her into a very, very bad situation to where they can attack and they can install a supreme leader over there in Venezuela, whether it's Stephen Miller, Rubio, or some general that I don't know the name right now. But yeah, they're pushing her into a corner because they know that regime is not going to let her do what they're not going to let her kiss the ring to Trump. And now there are reports coming out there are alerts coming out that Americans in Venezuela need to be beware. They're stopping cars looking for any support of the United States, allegedly. That's what the reports are coming out. I've seen some reports coming out saying Venezuelans whoever's in control or in power over there are stopping vehicles looking for United States support or anything like that, man. So they're issuing a warning to all the United States citizens over there. So it's looking to me like the plan's working exactly how this administration wants it to. They leave they leave the secession line in place. We got Maduro. Y'all had a VP. That's your line of secession. Let or whatever it's called. Let her take power. We're not going to come in and reinstall anybody. We're just going to watch, you know, from afar while we extract this oil up out of here if you kiss the ring. But if you don't, we're going to strike this motherfucker and we just going to come occupy y'all like we did Japan, you know, for about 7 years until we can have, what did he call it? A judicial transfer of power. That's what Trump called it, a judicial transfer of power. It's crazy, man. It's crazy, Chad. There's a lot going on right now. All right, let's get into this clip about the what Trump said to the Iranian leader. The Iranian leader's been tweeting at Trump all week. I'm not lying. He's really saying it's Trump's fault that all of this revolution going on. And he told Trump he need to fix his own damn country. Yeah, he told Trump he need to fix his own damn country. Look, Chad, I need everybody to double tap the screen, shut a live out. We do go live every single day over here talking politics, current events, and entertainment. We are 25 subscribers away from the next
story
goal.
Happening in Iran, President Trump issuing a new warning.
Hold on, Chad. It says we're at 42,621 subscribers. It's crazy. Didn't we start the live off with more than that? Chad, what's going on? We need 25 subscribers. We 25 subscribers away. That's crazy.
To Iran's leaders as the Islamic Republic uses brute force to put down fiery protests breaking out across the country, including in Tehran.
Madeline Rivera is live in Washington.
You said I hang on Trump's every word. I hang on all of their every word. That's my fucking job. This is what I do twice a day, every day for like the last damn 2 years. What do you mean? Yes, I listen to what Trump says. I listen to fucking Mike Johnson get up there for damn almost 40 days in a row when the government was shut down. Listen to Hakeem Jeffries' ass, Jasmine Crockett, Gavin Newsom, James Talrico, fucking DeSantis, Rubio, Kristi Noem, when Caroline Leavitt wants to come out and talk. Yeah, we listen to all their ass, man. What you talking about?
Washington with these details. Madeline, this is really remarkable stuff we're watching.
It really is, and the deaths in Iran are growing as the country's supreme leader signals a bigger crackdown on the protests. At least 65 people have been killed per the human rights activists' news agency. This includes 7 people under 18 and 14 members of the security forces. Authorities imposed a sweeping internet blackout that largely cut off the country from the outside world.
See, there go that internet blackout. That's when you know she getting serious. Remember, Gen Z revolted in Nepal because they cut off just the social media sites. So imagine being a whole internet blackout. They are also reporting that they have cut off all power to the street lights out there. So people are having to use their phone lights to light the streets. The government has cut all public lighting out, man. It's pitch black over there, no internet. But Elon does have Starlink active, and people are using their phones to light the city, man, other than a fire.
This morning, Secretary of State Marco Rubio posted the United States supports the brave people of Iran, a sentiment backed by President Trump, who warned the U.S. would be responding forcefully if the regime resorts to mass violence.
So Iran's in big trouble. We're watching.
You said we could black out every nation to zero comms with drones. I believe that as well. They're reporting that the United States used some crazy weapon when they extracted Maduro that caused the soldiers' noses to bleed profusely and eyes to ring. They said when they came through, they just couldn't stop the bleeding from their nose. They don't know what the hell it was, Chad.
The situation very carefully. I've made the statement very strongly that if they start killing people like they have in the past, we will get involved. We'll be hitting them very hard where it hurts. And
now listen, Trump said if they start killing people, we're going to get involved. We're going to be involved where it hurts. That was after Iranian media came out and told people to stay at home. Told people like, hey, look, if your kids are out in the street, don't come crying when they're unalived, man. Don't come crying when your kids are unalived if they're out in the street. That's what the state media was telling people in Iran. Now Trump's coming out and saying, hey, look, man, if y'all start killing people, we finna have to do what we got to do, man. Now he also has an incentive, a $5,000 royal palace that he can turn into a damn casino, man. Iran's leader has already made plans to leave to Moscow or to Russia if shit gets bad. They said it was already about upwards of 200 people being shot in the streets. We watched it yesterday. They were out there with fucking shotguns blowing down the civilians, or the people that were the revolutionaries. They were blowing them down with shotguns, and I'm talking about standing in the street just shooting them like they're at a damn firing range, bro. So they're saying already upwards of 200 people have been killed. That was way earlier. So the death toll has probably risen. They're saying it's all through all 31 provinces, 180 something cities, man. It's a lot of people dying. So it's looking like if Trump's going to stand by what he said, it's looking like there's probably going to be some strikes on Iran coming rather soon.
that doesn't mean boots on the ground, but it means hitting them very, very hard. I just hope the protesters in Iran are going to be safe, because it's a very dangerous place right now. And again, I tell the Iranian leaders, you better not start shooting, because we'll start shooting too.
Supreme Leader Ayatollah Khamenei is taking aim at the U.S., saying it's wrong about its calculations about Iran, indicating the country will not give in to foreign influences.
The Islamic Republic was established with the blood of several 100,000 honorable people, and it will not back down in the face of those who engage in destruction, nor will it tolerate mercenaries serving foreign powers.
Iran's judiciary chief says there will be no legal leniency for the protesters. Charlie Rachel.
Thank you, Maddie. Thank you. Yeah, we spent.
Yes, he's saying no legal leniency for the protesters. They're saying quit calling this shit a protest. It's a revolution. I seen they had the damn, what do they call those, chat? The paddy wagons, chat. They had a paddy wagon full of female protesters, man. Those girls probably will never see the light of day again if they live. The way they were looking out their little window, I think they're finna unalive those girls, man. In a paddy wagon. I'm talking about had them scooped up. They beating on the door on the back of the paddy wagon, man. Like, yeah, it's over with, man. So if this was China, we wouldn't even be talking. We know they would be going headed to death in China. But yeah, he said no leniency for the protesters. They're getting shot in the damn street. It doesn't look like it's anything going on, man. It's looking like, as fast as those people were loading up those guns, they were shooting them bad boys. I'm talking about shotguns in the middle of the damn street, bro. Crazy. And then I don't know Iran's weapon policy. Is the military and the police the only ones that have guns over there? Do the Iranian the citizens of Iran have weapons? Do they have firearms? I mean, I'm sure they have like the terrorist groups over there, but outside of the terrorist groups and the military, do like the regular citizens have firearms?
And talking about the fall of the Berlin Wall and this the situation in Venezuela, whether or not that was the biggest similar deal since then. I don't know if that was or not. If the mullahs of Iran lose power in Iran, that will...
You said Persian women love black men? All women love black men.
...be the biggest game changer in the world since the fall of the...
I totally agree. If they topple Ayatollah Khamenei, it will be the most consequential event perhaps of the 21st century and will fundamentally reverse 47 years of terror and oppression and reset the map in the Middle East.
Yeah, and that repression, by the way, has fallen largely on women in Iran. And I haven't heard a lot of female voices talking about that.
And the women, the images
women are the bravest ones
Tehran,
in this, yes.
Who are standing up to these people, risking it all. They're the bravest people you'll ever see. It's really inspiring.
President Trump with a major warning to Iran as we approach 2 weeks of deadly protests.
So Iran's in big trouble. And that doesn't mean boots on the ground, but it means hitting them very, very hard where it hurts. I just hope the protesters in Iran are going to be safe, because it's a very dangerous place right now. And again, I tell the Iranian leaders, you better not start shooting, because we'll start shooting too.
See, there y'all go trying to personalize shit, man. When I say all women, I don't mean your individual woman over there, man. I mean all groups of women. He said Persian women. So I just said all. I thought we were talking about groups. I just don't really know a group that just, you know what I mean? Let's not personalize this shit now. Let's not personalize this shit.
Now, this comes as Iran's supreme leader threatens a greater crackdown, saying, quote, the Islamic Republic will not back down in the face of vandals. Trump should know that world tyrants were brought down at the peak of their arrogance. He, too, will be brought down. Here to talk about it, House Intelligence Committee Chairman Rick Crawford. And Congressman, a Wall Street Journal editorial board took notice of this major development. The headline, the Iranian people answer the call. Inside, they write, this may be a rare moment when revolutionary change is possible. The fall of a regime that has spread terror and mayhem for 47 years would be earth-shaking. This is an opportunity, call it an obligation, for the U.S. and the world to rally to the side of the Iranian people. What, sir, do you make of this?
I think it's important to note that they said the U.S. and the rest of the world. I think it's important that Europe recognize this opportunity as well. I mean, we can do things unilaterally if we need to, but I think this would be much better received from a global perspective if you had the European Union that recognized this is a pivotal moment for us to support the Iranian people. And there's a lot of historic context I think we need to look at here as well. I mean, what you're seeing here on your screen, this is a result. The fact that this got out after they basically shut down communications, you can attribute that to Elon Musk keeping Starlink online so that they could communicate with the outside world. So we're seeing this stuff go on. It's a little different than we've seen in the past. We've seen these popular uprisings take place on a small scale here and there in various locations around the country. But it's different this time, and if they really want to sustain this effort, go back to 1979. What really made the difference in that uprising was the oil field workers went on strike. They quit working. They hit him where he lived financially. If they really want to shut this down, this regime basically lives paycheck to paycheck. If they can cut off that flow and they strike in the oil fields, those Iranian roughnecks say, nope, we're not going to support the regime, that's when you'll probably see this come crumbling down.
Well, you mentioned, it's different this time. Why, Mr.
He said no new wars. Where's the new war? Let me stir some shit up in here. Where's the new war? Now, if NATO acts, if something goes on in Greenland, that could be a war. Are y'all calling Venezuela a war? Wasn't a war. Iran, I think Trump might just strike Iran a couple times, wait for the supreme leader to free to Moscow. He just sat down with Sean Hannity, told Sean Hannity that he was ready for he's got intel that the supreme leader's ready to flee to Russia. A couple strikes, is that a war? Couple strikes and regime changes, that a war? I'm asking, chat. I'm asking.
Chairman, is it different? We know this began in late December when the currency devaluated tremendously.
See, I gotta push back. If we're gonna call this shit how it is, you know what I'm saying? Is it a new war? It has potential. It has potential. There are some certain ramifications to this shit that's going on. But is it war? Is it war though? That's what I'm asking. Is it war? I'm not debating the morality of this shit right now. I'm debating the terminology. Is it war?
And it started as an
What's up, Art of War?
protest that's now turned into a full overthrow of the regime. But why is this moment different, and what might be the implications if they are able to overthrow?
Okay, Carlos said it's the start of a war. JD said DJ said it's not a war. Okay. Aaron says it is a war. Okay. So we got difference of opinion. That's why I'm asking y'all. Do y'all think it's a war? Don't run up out of here. Don't get scared.
Monet.
Well, I think Operation Midnight Hammer had an awful lot to do with it, for one thing. I think that was a signal to the Iranian people that the Americans weren't playing around, that things would be a little different this time. We've seen President Trump demonstrate strong resolve in dealing with Venezuela and the way he's handled that. He's not backed down at all. In fact, he's stepped that up. You've seen that he's shown a lot of resolve with regard to how he's operating with.
Now, I don't want wars. I don't think the majority of people, Diddley, I don't think they want wars. I think they want resorts. They don't want wars, they want resorts. And with the Venezuela situation, it didn't ramp up. Y'all, we have to see, this is what they're not saying. The shit that they're not saying, Trump hinted at it once. But what they're not saying is the private company in China released those hypersonic missiles. What is it, Mach 7? The Mach 7 hypersonic missiles at $100,000 price tag. That week they announced that we put the blockade on Venezuela. That was a big fucking problem. They said that they were commercially producing it. We just seen the strikes Russia did on Ukraine in retaliation, right? That was fucking, what are they calling that? Thor's lightning? That was G10. That was G10 or better. We don't know how much that costs, but we know that China is selling commercially the hypersonic missiles made of concrete G7 for $100,000 price tag. I mean, it just kind of is what it is, you know. You could buy a lot of those motherfuckers for a couple oil tankers, just being honest.
With Russia and Ukraine trying to bring that to an end, he has stopped numerous conflicts around the world. And I think that they believe that they take him at his word. When he says that we're not messing around, don't go after the Iranian people. If you do, there'll be consequences. I think you can take him seriously, and I think the Iranian people do and believe him when he says that.
Lastly, Mr. Chairman, is it time for President Trump to act with what we're seeing in Iran?
I think that, that's a decision that he'll have to make. I think the conditions are ripe, if you will, for not only the United States to recognize this opportunity for a not just a Middle Eastern reset, but a global reset. After almost 50 years the largest state sponsor of terror. The blood on the hands of this regime over 50 years is incalculable, and it's time that we did take up the opportunity to support the Iranian people who are fighting for their freedom.
And they are brave Iranians indeed. We shall be continuing to follow this very closely. Chairman Crawford, thank you for taking time.
One even more Fox News on you.
But I'm gonna be honest with you. They are saying it's looking like Greenland is preparing to have talks with the United States outside of Denmark. They're saying that if Trump does try to take Greenland, the European countries have no choice but to act. Same situation with Putin. They're like, oh, if Putin takes Ukraine, he's just gonna keep pushing. They're like, oh, if Trump takes Greenland, he's gonna keep pushing. Same fucking thing is going on right now. We have to be able to see this. We have to be able to see this going on, man. We have to. All right, let's move on, chat. This is I think this is a representative coming after Kristi Noem. I think that that they already started the trying to get Pam Bondi the fuck up out of here. They already started trying to get Pam Bondi. They're coming for her job, and now it's looking like they're coming for Kristi Noem's job as well.
Joining me now, we have New Mexico Congresswoman Melanie Stansberry. She, of course, serves on the House Committee on Oversight.
Okay. New Mexico's
Government Reform and the Natural Resources Committee. Welcome, Congresswoman. Okay, a lot to go through here. First of all, Vice President J.D. Vance called Renee Good a deranged leftist. DHS Secretary Kristi Noem referred to as a domestic terrorist who tried to run over an officer. But what is your response to the lack of humanity in their remarks? A mother of 3 whose kids will never see their mom again. And is the administration attempting to cover up what really happened by shutting out Minnesota officials from the investigation? And let me also add something here that Akela reported. I'm going to ask my director to put me on camera here because I want to show you this. The officer who shot her was videotaping at the same time. I'm holding my phone in my left hand as he was. He had a lethal weapon in his right hand at the same time, and Kristi Noem dares to say he was following his training and protocol? You're trained to hold the phone in one hand and shoot with another? Really?
Yeah. I mean, everything about this is just absolutely shameful, disgusting, and ghastly.
Oh shit, Chad! I didn't know there was cell phone footage from him. I didn't know he was. So he recorded himself and shooting a woman. Damn, I'm not gonna lie, Chad. Damn, that is crazy. I thought it couldn't have been body cam footage because it didn't look like body cam footage. But I just didn't think it was him.
Slighting the American people, I think that, to your first point, to see the Vice President of the United States over and over and over again go on social media and national television and attack a victim of a crime and to have zero empathy for a mother who was shot and her...
See, Chad, that's why I said if all else fails, he should have had to turn in his gun. He should have had to turn in his damn badge or whatever, the little vest, turn in his vest, turn in his gun. If they want to give him paid leave, fuck it, give them paid leave. If they want to not pay him, fuck it, don't pay him. And let the courts decide, because that let the courts decide. If the courts find him totally acting lawful and legally, it is what it is. That's what America's about. If the courts find that he acted out, it is what it is, man. But the court should decide this shit, man. Walking in front of the car, having the phone. She did rev up the car. Her wife did say, "Go, baby, go." She was turning the wheel. So it's a lot to go back and forth on. This shit should go to court, man. I'm just going to be honest. This shit should go to court.
Family and the community and the American people is absolutely shameful and disgusting. And secondly, to watch how Department of Homeland Security has handled this case is not only unlawful, it is incompetent, because it is normal for a investigation, whether it is federal, state, or local, to have total cooperation between all of the authorities who have jurisdiction. And this is a potential murder, this is a potential federal crime, and there must be complete cooperation in the investigation.
Aaron, you calling me a lying fool. Listen, Aaron, you ain't gonna be calling me too much more in my house, man, and my shit, man. This is YouTube's platform, but listen, when you come in my house, you take your shoes off at the damn door. We've been rocking now, Aaron. Watch the what do they call the homonyms, man? Watch the name calling, man. I didn't call you no name, Aaron. Damn it.
Investigation. And finally, yes, any officer, any individual who's been trained in firearms handling knows that you should not be holding your damn cell phone in your hand and trying to discharge a firearm at the same time. And certainly, a law enforcement official should not be doing that.
You have signed on to Illinois Congresswoman Robin Kelly's plan to bring articles of impeachment, in fact, against DHS Secretary Kristi Noem, accusing her of obstruction of justice and ethical violation.
All right, Aaron. I'm finna open up the phone line for Aaron ass, man. Call in, Aaron. I don't want nobody else to call in but Aaron. Call in, Aaron. Tell me what I'm lying about. Call in, Aaron. You got a lot to fucking say. Call in, dude. We waiting on Aaron to call in, man. Don't nobody else call in but Aaron, man. No, why you delete his message, man? Leave him in here. Don't get him out of here. I want him to call in. Man.
So given the political reality, look, impeachment is unlikely to succeed. Is it meant to put the administration on notice and mobilize public pressure against ICE enforcement?
I think it's all of the above. Congress's tools to hold officials accountable include impeachment, and it's not just this incident. It's important.
Man, you said a lot about her revving the engine. Man, she threw that bitch in reverse, and when she threw it in drive, she hit the gas, man. You know what I mean, man. Like, moving forward, you heard the engine. You heard the damn car. Man, get the hell out of here. Let me take my phone number down, man. How about, man? Stop the damn show for that shit.
Stand that under the leadership, the so-called leadership of Secretary Noem, over 30 individuals have died in detainment. There have been multiple people shot and killed. This is the latest incident. The next day after this fatal shooting, 2 more individuals were shot on the West Coast. I mean, this is incompetent leadership. In addition to that, she's dismantling FEMA, the organization that is meant to help save American lives when there's natural disasters, and she's just parading around wearing cowboy hats and doing press availabilities. This is not leadership. And so the purpose of these articles of impeachment are to remove her because she is not fit to serve at this point. And the American people demand accountability, and we are going to seek it using every tool that we have.
So Republicans' One Big Beautiful Bill Act, it tripled ICE's budget. The Washington Post reports the agency plans to spend $100 million this year alone on a war-themed recruitment campaign to carry out its mission to, quote, defend the homeland from foreign invaders. And that's according to internal documents reviewed by the Post. Can this be interpreted as ICE encouraging brutal tactics with this hyper-aggressive messaging? I mean, do you support withholding funding unless ICE agrees to standards of conduct and training and submits to some real oversight?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I think that it's important to understand is that there are already internal protocols and federal laws concerning how federal law enforcement conduct themselves. And it's very clear if you review any of the footage that this individual has completely broken protocol and the existing laws governing the way that officers under federal jurisdiction should be handling and conducting themselves. And it was an excessive use of force. So the laws and checks and balances are already there. But what we've seen under this administration is that they are inciting violence. And to see the Vice President of the United States, who, by the way, is an Ivy League law school graduate, go on national television and say that federal officers have absolute immunity, one, that's a lie. But really what it is a dog whistle. He is saying to federal officers that if you are out there on the streets, you can kill with impunity. And so that is inciting violence and violating the law. And so, we just have to rein in this administration. They are clearly using federal law enforcement to terrorize the American people, and now trying to cover the fact that the American people are outraged by what they're doing. And I think also, when you look back at some of the videos of Stephen Miller, for example, and Pete Hegseth, when they were meeting with National Guard before they were deployed to cities, they literally were riling these guys up and telling them, take them down. I mean, they are trying to incite violence on the streets of America.
So we are seeing some cracks in Republican solidarity. You had 5 senators voting with Democrats to rein in President Trump's unilateral military action in Venezuela, and House Republicans breaking ranks to restore Affordable Care Act subsidies. So is this the start of bipartisan checks on a president who repeatedly ignores Congress?
Man, they had to go and push that tax care, that shit through. I believe they extended it for 3 years. They had to push that shit through because it looked like the Republicans didn't have shit going, man. I remember the first time I heard Mike Johnson talk about it, he was like, we have 100 different options. I was like, what the fuck you mean we got 100 options, man? What do you mean y'all haven't got it down to 10, 5? Then we hear them come with that bullshit that they try to push through. Now we in the midterm year, they cannot afford to see these people health care go up, man. If that health care would have went up to 3 times like everybody was seeing it was projected to go up, man, it would have been a motherfucking blowout come midterms, man. It wouldn't even have been room for debate, campaigning, or nothing, man. The Democrats would have rolled that damn healthcare shit till the wheels fell off, man. To the damn ballot box, man. So yes, I expect a lot more cooperation to go on what's, quote unquote best for the people. Yes, it's a damn election year, man.
Or is it symbolic because this president repeatedly bypasses the role of Congress?
Yeah, I hope that it is only the beginning, because we've watched for a year as this president has broken the law daily and violated congressional and constitutional authority. And I have been ashamed of my colleagues who have refused to speak out, who I hear on the floor and in the hallways talking about it, but who have refused to take an actual stand and vote against the president or to call him to account. So, yeah, I think that the War Powers resolution in the Senate was particularly important, and I also think his attack on some of the senators also shows that he does not want to be held accountable, and that the American people must use their voices at the ballot box in November to make sure that any senator, any House member who is not holding this president accountable, they got to go. Because this is not about personalities, this is not about individuals, this is about protecting our democracy and the American people.
I want to get one more question in on this, the Jeffrey Epstein scandal, because the DOJ has released less than 1% of its records, despite the December 19th legal deadline to release the complete files. Again, less than 1%.
We like 9 days away from Clinton going to testify. We finna get the hell up off of there. She talking about Epstein and shit now. We finna get the hell up off of there, man. We'll talk about that later on as well, the Epstein.
All right, you're watching live now. I'm Austin Westfall. Let's talk about Iran. Protests sweeping across Iran are nearing the 2-week mark, with the country's government acknowledging the ongoing demonstrations despite an intensifying crackdown as the Islamic Republic remains cut off from the rest of the world. The Associated Press says with the internet down in the country and phone lines also cut off, gauging the demonstrations from abroad has grown more difficult. But they do know that the death toll in the protests has grown to at least 72 people and over 2,300 others detained. That's according to the U.S.-based human rights activists news agency. Posted earlier today, President Trump saying Iran is looking at freedom, perhaps like never before. The USA stands ready to help. Hal Kempfer still here with me. He's the host of the Strap podcast and a retired Marine intelligence officer. Hal, Iranian state TV is reporting security force casualties, but they're also portraying control over the nation. How would you describe the scale of what you've been tracking in Tehran?
Awesome. From what I can tell, this is huge. It's in 100 cities all across the country. And if you don't think it's big, keep in mind they shut off not just the internet, but as you mentioned, they shut off the phone lines. which tells you that they are trying to squelch just how big this is. Experts who've been looking at this for some time, who've been looking, who have seen, a number of other protests. Remember the protests where it was against religious police because of the death of a young woman who didn't wear a hijab correctly, or they didn't feel wore a hijab correctly. We're all kind of wondering, would this thing take off? Well, it was suppressed, and the people were repressed, but the anger from that never went away. This is different, though. This is all that anger plus an economy that is literally falling apart. There's tremendous problems. The central bank has stopped releasing what are sometimes called cheap U.S. dollars. Remember, they are sanctioned and they're banned from doing certain things in the global economy. The central bank have been subsidizing these cheap dollars, which allowed the store owners, the small businesses, the bazaars to keep operating. And when they cut that off because they couldn't support it any longer because there was just uncontrolled, rampant inflation throughout Iran, the bazaars literally shut down. They shut the stores. The store owners had to close, and the economy hasn't ground to a halt, slowed down to the point that people are looking around saying, look, there's just no way they can do this. And this falls on the heels of seeing the regime was completely unable to deal with the Israelis in the 12-day war. That was that was embarrassing for the regime, because the Israelis basically flying at will anywhere in the country and bombing whatever they want. Then the U.S. came in and bombed those nuclear sites, and so there's been a distinct lack of confidence in the Iranian regime. And of course, the Iranians have also watched Syria, the big other country that was a Shiite extremist partner, if you will, in the Middle East, and Assad is gone, and that country's completely changed over, and so this has a different feel to it, and it is big.
And we saw another operation in Syria today, by the way, striking ISIS targets. Going back to the President's post here, he says the USA stands ready to help. How could the USA help in this situation now?
That's a very good question. It's one thing when you're doing a B-2 strike against specific targets like these nuclear weapons targets. That's a very clear, cause and effect type of a strike mission. This one is very difficult, and according to multiple reports, that when Prime Minister Netanyahu came over and he was talking to President Trump recently, part of that discussion was that the Israelis wanted to go after the missiles and some other targets in Iran, and that President Trump said no.
It's crazy because it's always we're 2 weeks away. They're 2 weeks away from having nukes, 2 weeks away from having nukes. Now it's a damn revolution going on in the country. Trump's getting offered a damn royal casino. I want to know what the hell is finna go on, Chad. I'm honest, man. And then I'm just going to make a damn bold-ass prediction. The odds are that this guy's not, the odds are not really up high right now that this guy's going to be out by January 31st. So I'm going to say that he's going to be out before January 31st, and there's going to be a crazy amount of money being placed on it right before we get ready to strike Iran. How did I say it correctly? Iran. There's going to be a shitload of money put on it prior to it, man. It's happening. The Supreme Leader, listen, I'm looking at the odds, man. The Supreme Leader being out by January 31st, the odds aren't just crazy. Out by December is looking about, Eve. I think he's out by the 31st, man. I think his ass is on the clock. He has about 21 days, man. His ass is on the clock, man. 21 days, man.
Don't do that.
And then they just sweetened the deal and offered Trump a royal casino. They said they're finna remove the damn shrine of the leader, the founder of the Islamic Revolution up out of there, so he can put some damn slot machines in that bitch, man. Let's be honest, man.
That. And the reason that he told him not to do that was because he said, look, if you go after those targets, you're going to, spur nationalism. Iranian nationalism, and you're going to actually entrench nationalism in support of the government. And I'm pretty sure that President Trump had intelligence at the time that confidence in the government was waning and dropping rapidly amongst the Iranian people. And so the Israelis could get, in the short-term outcome would be they'd hit some targets. The long-term would be that it would probably forestall what we're seeing now. And I have a sense that we probably had an idea that this was coming. We do a lot of economic analysis. We do a lot of financial analysis. So we're able to probably see something like this was on the horizon. And so it's good to say he supports the protesters. The threat certainly bolsters what the protesters are trying to do. Actually do something kinetic, strike missions per se would be very difficult. What do you hit? And then of course you want to avoid any collateral damage where you're killing civilians. So it's good to say this. It's certainly the protesters, take heart when they hear that the President of the United States is behind them 110%. They know that the President will order missions to Iran because they just saw it happen in June. But on the other hand, what you hit and how you hit it would be a very difficult one. I have no doubt that there are those in U.S. Central Command and elsewhere that are looking at this right now saying, what could we possibly do? And then, of course, what are the results? What is the outcome? Would we achieve the desired end state? Could it be something where we actually hit them and then set back the protest movement? So there's a lot of ifs and a lot of things they got to work through on that.
During the 12-day war, the U.S. Struck that Bordeaux site with its B-2s. Does the reaction, let's to this past summer for a moment here, because when people hear about Iran and the U.S. Friction building between the two countries, it does spook people, and it does make people's mind wander to, well, what if things escalate between the two countries? Remind us the last time the U.S. struck Iran this past summer. How did Tehran...
Damn, Dorsey, why you calling people that in the chat, Dorsey? Chill out, Dorsey.
Respond to that.
Well, what Tehran did was they launched all of those missiles and drones towards Israel, and then, of course, they responded by hitting...
You got a mind wrench, Dorsey. You can't be doing that in the chat now. Well, I'm going to have to get that wrench up off of you, Dorsey. And I'm not trying to be funny or nothing. I'm just being honest. You can't be going like that, and you got a blue wrench next to your name in here now. You can't do all that, Dorsey.
Hitting Qatar, hitting the airbase at Qatar, which, as you may recall, last June, I was in that part of the world. I actually went through the airport in Qatar en route to where I was going. And so that kind of struck close to home, so to speak. I wasn't there when the missiles actually struck, but they actually struck a U.S. base in there, and we have a number of bases over there, and those bases are, they're vulnerable to strike. So that is something that we have to take into consideration, and certainly the Iranians have shown a willingness to do that, although all the information at the time...
Yeah, this is America, but Dorsey called the man a PDF, you know what I'm saying? Like, if Dorsey would have been like, fuck you, or talking some shit like that, all right, man. But damn, we don't know nobody in here. To call somebody you don't know a PDF... It's kind of crazy, man, especially with a mind wrench. It's even crazier with a mind wrench, man.
It almost sounded as if it had been kind of orchestrated.
Thank you, Essence.
That Iran would respond and they would strike these things so that they could say they responded, and then it wouldn't escalate beyond that. And it was rather interesting period where Iran responded to our strikes in such a way. But I don't know what would happen in this case. And, frankly, one of the things that's really different about the protests, which kind of goes to the calculus, there are protesters, and it's been reported widely, who are saying death to Khomeini, death to the supreme leader of Iran. That's something we haven't really heard much in previous protests. I think that's what changes it. And, President Trump has alluded to the fact, during that 12-day war period, he said, we could have struck Khomeini, but we decided not to. I think Khomeini certainly hears that, and there are reports that are out there, not from the most substantial, what I would consider,
Okay, Chad, I'm listening to this guy talk, and he's kind of blabbing. But Marty said, if you ever shot a gun, that shit hurts. Depends. Maybe you wasn't ready for that gun you had. Now, when I was a little boy and I first put that 12 gauge on me, you know what I'm saying? This in the country, how they do you with the when you first get to the 12 gauge, they're gonna put, you know what I'm saying, a bird shot, buckshot, you know, and load you up like that. So you're gonna shoot that bird shot and think everything's good. Then you're gonna come back through that buck. Hey, now that shit might hurt. I'm not gonna lie, but just shooting a gun doesn't hurt. You know, like just shouldn't hurt. But now if you're not ready for it, hey, it will get around. Man.
Core news organizations, but there are reports that maybe Khomeini has been looking at possibly finding a way, you know, to depart Iran, to leave or to do something. And I don't rule that out. I haven't seen that get picked up by the mainstream media outlets that I expect to carry a story like that. But sometimes you see those things out there, and then the next day, boom, they are in the mainstream. So we'll see what happens.
So that idea would be similar to what we saw with Assad.
In fact, almost identical. In fact, Russia came up as a place he might go.
We have a short soundbite from the Supreme Leader. It's translated. Let's listen real quick.
People came and did damage to their own buildings, ruining their own streets to make the president of another country happy.
It's really been one of his main points, is that this is, and some of what's been happening with these protesters is they're doing this in an effort to appease President Trump. Maney has framed protesters as, again, pleasing the White House. State media has used language like terrorists to describe some of these protesters. Is there any way, Hal, to know how much weight that type of rhetoric?
Yeah, I am from the South. I'm from the deep South, Rob. You said, do you think America's about to get Greenland? Yes. Honestly, Chad, taking all emotion out of it, I honestly do. I don't think Trump's gonna make any concessions on Greenland. I've said that since day one. I haven't changed on my stance there. I do not think Trump is going to make any concessions. From the moment I said that up until now, his language has actually gotten stronger towards Greenland. When we first started talking about this, I said, because I had read into the New Monroe Doctrine, the Dunroe Doctrine, whatever they're calling it, the New Monroe Doctrine 2.0. I had read into that, and I looked at the defense budget, and I was just looking around, and I said then, I don't think he's bullshitting. I don't think he's making any concessions on the Panama Canal, the Caribbean, or Greenland. I think he's ready to risk it all for that shit. I'm just going to be honest with you. Taking all emotion out of it, I think he's ready to risk it all for that shit, bro.
Actually carries domestically within the Iranian public?
I can say this. So with the protesters, I think that rhetoric carries zero weight. They're protesting for reasons that have nothing to do with President Trump. And I don't think any of the Iranian protesters are out there saying, hey, let's go out there and we're going to make President Trump happy if we're doing this. That is not their motivation. Their motivation is very fundamental. It's very domestic. It's very close to home. They don't like this,
You said, am I going to eat what I shot? Yeah, Marty, I am. I haven't been able to hunt in a while. You know, I caught an F on my record pretty early, but I got my rights back. So, yeah, I'm pretty excited. I missed open gun season this year. I didn't get my rights restored before open gun season this year. But for damn show, chat. For damn show. I'm itching to get back out there, man. My cousins, they go hog hunting. He's in the woods damn near every day with hog hunting. But I'd rather just wait for open gun season, deer season, you know, get out there, my little blind, chill out, hang out, and knock some shit down. But I got an F on my record, so I couldn't hunt for a long time.
Theocratic autocracy that has crushed their spirit so many times. They don't like this police state.
Khalid J, what is your simple question? Oh, you talking to somebody else. You talking to Ivan. Oh, I thought you was talking to me.
That this autocracy depends upon. But there's also the bigger issue, which is if you can't get the economy to function.
Thank you, Jonah.
If people can't make money so they can put food on the table at night, at that point, the government has completely failed. And then in the background, as you may recall, Tehran, that big capital city, is literally running out of water. Their water management has been so bad over the many years, over the decades, along with drought and some climate change issues, that they're literally looking at having to move the capital of Iran to another city because Tehran can't.
I have some video of Tehran. I do have some video. Thank you, All Truth. Thank you, All Truth, with the super chat. Y'all give All Truth some likes and flames on that super chat. Just showing love, plug. Thank you, All Truth. Y'all, appreciate you for your continued support. Chat, I do have some videos of Tehran. I do have some videos of where is it at? I had some videos of them burning it down. It was crazy, man. They're burning down all the buildings. They're burning down cars over there. They're saying it's 2 million people in the streets right now. They're not going to sleep, man. This is a revolution. This shit is not a protest. It's not a riot. This is revolution. I think the numbers that they are reporting are underreported because they're saying that, I guess the World whatever health organization, they're saying 76 reported dead. Well, from the clips that I've seen, they're saying it's more than 200 dead. But also, I seen those people out there shooting those 12 gauges, man. I'm talking about they standing in the middle of the damn road like this. Boom! It's no way it's only 70-something people. They've been doing this shit for, what is it now, over 72 hours straight now? They mean to tell us 23, we want to believe they got 2,300 people over there in jail and 76 dead, man. I think it's more like a few hundred dead, man. And the people that's on the way to jail are probably going to end up dead because this is a revolution, man. They're not finna treat these revolutionaries like no fucking regular protesters, bro.
Support the water needs of the capital of Iran. All of these things are crushing blows to the current regime. That's what's got the protesters out there. That's what they're angry about. And of course, Khomeini is desperate to try and divert attention. And frankly, to say that they're out there to try and appease President Trump, if you're familiar with the culture and everything else, it's almost laughable.
See, Jonah said she heard 2,000 dead like an hour ago. But then the mainstream news is they got power outages and Wi-Fi outages. Starlink's the only thing there. The World Health Organization or whatever, the actual reporting numbers are saying only 76 dead or 73. It was 70-something dead. But see, you're hearing 2,000. I heard 270-something, and that was yesterday. So who knows? Who knows, man? Every time something like this goes on, nobody actually knows the numbers. They didn't know in Nepal. They didn't know in the Middle East. Nobody actually knows the numbers. We wait on these organizations to report the shit, and it's way under what it is that we're seeing on X and in these other platforms, right? We see shit like even the Nigerian Christians. We watched the Nigerian Christian man, the first man that really spoke about it. He said 50,000 Christians have been killed this year. 500,000. He said 500,000 Christians have been killed this year. Then when we hear from whatever places that really actually run the numbers, what are they saying? 5,000. It went from 500,000. Then when the interviews and shit started going up and the mainstream media was reporting it, it was 50,000. By the time it got, not mainstream, but the African media, by the time it got over here, it's 5,000. When Nicki Minaj is talking about it. Why are the numbers always so far apart? Every time. It's like the shit's not even close. It's damn near like the jobs numbers, bro. Like they just said we got 645,000 jobs added to the private sector. Right. I wonder is this gonna be actual reporting? It's funny to me that we call out the jobs numbers. We say the jobs numbers are always fucking overshot and they come back and renege. Now this time the jobs numbers is going to be all private sector. all private sector. 650,000 jobs added to the private sector. Where, nigga? I'm just saying, where, nigga?
But he's really trying to do that to come up with some sort of explanation as to why does my entire population, why are they all out there on the streets? And of course, he's probably a little bit miffed that many of them are calling for his death. So that's what he's trying to do to try to divert. But we shouldn't pay too much attention to that.
We've been talking about the internet connectivity thing. Iran cut off internet, according to reports. They also cut off international calls. There are reports that the outage was attributed to the government interfering with these mediums. Hal, is there a reliable way to determine casualties and arrests? Is there a reliable way to track any of this stuff when the state is imposing communication blackouts?
What's interesting is, and of course this is one of the things that the Iranian regime is very upset about, is Israeli intelligence has completely permeated their society. They've got quite an intelligence network in place, and we saw that in June, what they were able to pull off. And therefore, the intelligence, if you will, ground truth of what's going on.
You said all you know is you got a job. I'm working right now on Millennial, but I'm looking for another job. That's why I said where, nigga. Like, I'm looking for another job right now.
We'll get back. That does not rely on the internet or regular telephone service or anything like that. That information will get back. Now, how that gets disseminated out into the open source world, okay, if it comes through intelligence sources, that happens.
You said, are you a news guy or just an idiot? Genuine question. My name is Plug. I'm the voice of the politically homeless, man. I don't care if you far left, far right, black, white, dark, bright, liberal, conservative. You can come in here. You can hang out with us and have a genuine conversation. I open up the phone lines. I let you call in, debate, rebuttal, just have a conversation, whatever the hell else is going on, man. I'm Plug, man. I'm a political commentator. I am an opinion. Sometimes I just do bring the news and I tell you where I think things are going. Other times I open up panels and shit. It is what it is, man. Join the family or don't. Don't really give a fuck.
Happens all the time. Various countries gather information and they put stuff. There's relationships with journalists and things where they will let them know things. And certainly Israel has a reason to get the information out there about how badly the regime is doing. So I think we will find out. I heard at least 65, maybe more people have been killed. Hundreds, and it could be thousands, have been arrested, put in jail, prison. And it sounds like there's going to be a lot more going on and a lot more people hurt than killed. So these protests are huge. And everything is indicating that the government's only responses are going to crack down brutally.
What's up, Purple Groovy?
And I'm expecting to see that. And unfortunately, I'm also expecting.
You in upstate New York? All truth, I've never been to New York. I've never been to New York City, anything to do with New York. Every time I think about going to New York, I just don't. I just don't. I'm not gonna lie. I've never been to New York.
Expecting to see the casualties increase as well.
White House, it's just past 6:30 in the nation's capital. The big question on everybody's mind, Hal, President Trump has publicly pledged to support protesters. He's threatened consequences if protesters are killed. His most recent post says, the USA stands ready to help. The big question is, what's the likelihood that the U.S. does get involved? What's your gut tell you?
Tell me if the president was to do something, first off, we can always impose more sanctions. That's something we do. We can work with our allies to do a variety of things. We can seize ships with Iranian oil. We can do a number of different things. But if we do something kinetic in Iran, it will have to be very targeted, very specific, and I would imagine that we would go after the Revolutionary Guard Corps with very specific targets where you're not going to see a lot of civilian collateral damage, and maybe key leadership, maybe Khomeini's home or home of other top leadership might be targeted, although that area of Tehran where they live is supposedly there's a very extensive underground bomb shelter system that they have in there that they were hiding in during the June bombings. That may be something where it would probably take a B-2 bomber to put ordnance down there to penetrate deep enough that cause problems. But then you have to have really exact intelligence to say where are they in that underground complex in order to have the effects on target.
All right, Chad.
President Trump is pulling the U.S. out of 66 international groups that he says, quote, no longer serve American interests, including a UN climate treaty. Our next guest has been calling on him to do just that, and it comes less than a year after pulling out of the Paris Climate Accords. Joining me now is Mark Morano of ClimateDepot.com, and he's the executive editor there. Mark, it's always great having you on. So let's talk about this, because President Trump famously took us out of that Paris agreement.
You said, why would a nation not ally with America? Because it's looking like you better pick a side, man. I'm just going to be all the way honest with you, man. A lot of countries don't want to ally with us for a lot of different reasons. Maybe they have their own alliances. Maybe they feel like we've had a grip for too long. A lot of countries don't want to ally with, like, even the tariffs. The tariffs is another big deal. I can name a lot of reasons countries don't want to ally with us, but I can also name quite a few reasons countries do want to ally with us. But, yeah, what do you mean? It's quite a few reasons. Shit.
Agreement in his first term, saying I'm the president of Pittsburgh, not Paris. He's doing it again with this agreement. Why don't you break down what this actually means? Is this more than a symbolic gesture?
Yes, if you know, we've been going through the yin-yang of this climate policy for over a decade. Obama, Trump, Biden, Trump. And so what the problem is if a future president, AOC or Gavin Newsom comes in, they just put us right back in. So what Donald Trump's done this time, different than just pulling us out of the UN Paris.
Bruh, they are really floating AOC as a president, bruh. Listen, bruh. They are really floating AOC as a president. Do they think Gavin Newsom is about to fumble that fucking bad between now and then, bruh? Between now and election time? Like, Gavin must have some fucking dirt that is gonna come out, bruh. Like, they are floating AOC as president, bruh. This is Fox News. Who the fuck is this on Fox News floating AOC as a president, bruh? Never would I see the day that I thought Fox News would be floating AOC as a fucking president, bro. What is going on? Oh, whoa. Hey, we done kidnapped Maduro, stole some oil tankers, man. Told Mark Carney to shut the hell up. Oh my God. Now we got the AOC being floated on Fox News. I had to make sure this was Fox, bro.
Gavin Newsom comes in, they just put us right back in. So what Donald Trump's done this time, and so what the problem is if a future president, AOC or Gavin Newsom comes in, they just put us right back in. So what...
Bruh, did y'all see how hard he said her damn name, bruh? AOC or again, man, come on, man.
Donald Trump's done this time, different than just pulling us out of the UN Paris Climate Pact. Think of it like a Jenga table. He's pulled out the base of the Jenga table, and it's collapsing. This is the 1992 Rio Earth Summit, United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change treaty that is the foundation for all of the madness. I was going to say mandates, but actually mandates, madness, same thing. And this goes back to 1992. This is net zero. This is the UN climate treaties. This is the entire United Nations climate agenda, the grandfather of them all. By withdrawing from this, there's legal analysts say, and according to Politico and other publications, you're going to need the next president to resubmit for Senate ratification to get us back into this mess.
Wow.
So Trump 2.0 has gone and exceeded everything beyond what Trump 1.0 in his first term did. And we're also out of the UN Population Fund, which is a great thing. We're all...
You can call this man Trump 2.0 like he done fucking, like he a Mighty Morphin Power Ranger or something, man. Like he went and got a damn back replacement, man. Like if Trump went and got a back replacement or something, man, a hip replacement, I can see them calling him Trump 2.0. But this second term, bro, Trump 2.0, man, it's the same damn Trump. He just a little more seasoned, man. He trying some shit right now.
Also out of the UN climate panel, the IPCC, which was merely a political body masquerading as a science panel that had to take their orders line by line from politicians when they would do their climate reports. So this is a day of liberation. This is true America first. One of the most significant things he's done in his presidency when it comes to international regulatory policy.
Yeah, I'm so glad you broke that down. You're right. It is. It has great significance as you laid out, but also it's going to save us a lot of money. I just wonder if we should just pull out of the UN altogether, but we can have that discussion later.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about this because there's a new bill proposed in Massachusetts that's trying to limit or reduce the number of miles that people can drive in their car in an attempt to reduce the state's greenhouse gas emissions. You've always said this stuff was coming to America, and you know the American car is...
I ain't telling no folks in Massachusetts how much y'all can drive y'all damn car is wild, bruh. Like, y'all can't even... What the fuck are you supposed to do? Like, think about this, chat. Think if you live in Massachusetts and you work out of town. Oh, my God. You ain't gonna have no free mileage, bro. Y'all gonna be pooling mileage out this motherfucker. It's crazy, bro. Think if you have, like, a 45 or 50 minute drive with no traffic, like no traffic, just straight through, like 45, 50 minute drive, you know, like 45 miles, you know, some shit like that, but you got to do it every day, bro. The weekend comes, you can't go no fucking where, bro. You might well hang it up, man. We'll go find a show to Netflix and chill with, man. Binge watch some shit, because your job, not only did your job take all your damn energy, it took all your fucking mileage. This is crazy.
Like, it's a symbol of freedom. Of course they're going to want to limit that.
Yes.
Explain what they're going to do and what Americans can do to fight back.
Yeah, this is just the same old, same old. Every time you think you've crushed totality.
You said, E-Dub said, you got no brain, laughing my ass off, I'm out. Get the fuck out. Nobody came to see you, Otis. Shit, you thought we was gonna cry? Hell, don't let the door hit you on the way out, man. I wish I could kick him in his ass on the way out. You know how you just get somebody a little nudge about the fucking door? I was waiting on you to go, man. Damn, you was here all day. Shit.
Totalitarianism, it reemerges from the rock from which it was hiding, and here it's Massachusetts. And this is, again, if you go back, there's no mystery to what Massachusetts is doing. They're setting up a 15-member council to look at how they can restrict the mileage and lower state of residents, Massachusetts residents' mileage. Well, gee, what does that mean? They're saying, oh, we're going to promote public transportation. Well, this is nothing more than the warmed-up, redone Biden EV mandates, where they're literally trying to take away your freedom of movement. We know this because the World Economic Forum has proposed 75% reduction of all cars globally. We know this because the World Economic Forum has proposed abolishing private car ownership. We know this because the states and cities that Massachusetts mileage restriction is modeled after, Colorado, California, have already proposed limits on the creation of new gas stations. They want to limit gas stations. They want to limit your mobility. We know this because CNN has already proposed carbon passports for the government to monitor your travel. There's no mystery to what Massachusetts is doing. They're using the climate scare to come after your direct ability to drive cars, and now the government's going to be checking your mileage to see if you've driven too much. There's no good end to this story.
No, it's so un-American. I can't think of anything more American than that song. Life is a highway. This is what they want to end. Your freedom in your car is your freedom. Hands off. Mark Morano, thanks for always bringing attention to these important things. We're going to have you back soon because you and I want to talk.
Man, what if they go off your mileage on your car too, man? What if they don't even have like a GPS? It just goes off on the mileage in your car. Like, it's all bad, man. Like, you can't even sit in the car and let it idle. You know, it's cold outside. You just want to sit in your car sometimes, and can't even do that no more, man. That's 5 miles gone. You idling in the driveway, man. That shit is crazy, bro. Where the hell is Erica at, man? Erica, where is you at, man? Erica, you got to atone for this shit, man. What y'all doing over there, man? What y'all gonna do, man? What the hell is Massachusetts about to do, man? Talking about limit how much you can drive your car. All right, Chad, we finna get into this. When is this from? Oh, it said the protesters could be sentenced to death. That's crazy. They're talking about the protesters could be sentenced to death in Iran. Excuse me, the protesters in Iran could be sentenced to death. And there are confirmed 2,300 protesters detained or arrested. So they're confirmed 2,300 protesters arrested, and they're saying they could be sentenced to death. Y'all know what time it is, man. Y'all know what time it is, man. They finna unalive them folks, bro. It's over with, man. It's over with, man. They fall for freedom, though, man.
Right now, I do want to get into...
They fall for freedom, man. Damn. That's crazy. That's a lot of people that's gonna die.
A big story that we are following at this hour. Take a look, the latest on the protests in Iran that are now nearing 2 weeks. Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei has signaled a major crackdown is coming, despite serious warnings from President Trump. Iran's Attorney General warning today that anyone taking part in protests will be considered a, quote, enemy of God, which is punishable by death. And the AG adding even...
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. They're all about to die. They're calling him an enemy of God, bruh. They're about to use God to justify this mass killing, bruh. They're about... Listen, chat. I think America's like one of the only places where that death row shit lasts a long time. I think America's the only place where that death row shit lasts a long time, bro. Just gonna be honest with you, chat. And he said that you are an enemy of God, bro. So he's gonna feel empowered and oh man, bro. He finna kill all they ass. He finna kill all they ass.
Who, quote, helped rioters could be sentenced to death as well. Right now, we know the regime has shut down internet in the country and cut off phone lines for folks living there. President Trump has put the Iranian regime on notice, repeatedly saying that the U.S. could intervene and strike Iran if protesters continue to be killed.
They've started shooting the hell out of people, and all of a sudden people without any weapons whatsoever are
Thank you,
standing there
Chief.
with machine guns gunning them down, or they grab them, take them to prisons, and then hang them and kill them. So they played rough, and I said, if they do that, we're going to hit them very hard. Well, we're going to hit them hard. We're ready to do it. If they do that, we're going to hit them hard. And so far, for the most part...
See, that's what I mean when we say, when Trump says we're going to hit them hard, I believe Trump's talking about doing strikes. There are probably a lot of drones. There probably will be some pilots, but I don't think Trump means boots on the ground. Well, I mean, I guess that's considered it. If you put some damn pilots in the air, well, I mean, they in the area. But I think he's going to do a lot of strikes, man. I don't think he's going to send, a lot of soldiers over there. I think it'll be, in and out, strike, in and out, strike, trying to push more and more pressure on their supreme leader, and while also empowering or, riling up the revolutionists. I think that's the term for them, the revolutionaries. Is that what they're supposed? That's what they're being called over there. I guess we're called the protesters, rioters. I don't know. It's a damn revolution or something, man. This shit is crazy, man. Trump finna strike their ass, man. He finna get that 5,000 square foot Royal Casino, man. Go ahead and throw some slot machines in there.
And some of it, but for the most part, they haven't.
Looking at some of the video there, now we do have that statement that came in from Iran's Attorney General. This is just a portion of it, but it does say, translated, prosecutors must carefully and without delay, by issuing indictments, prepare the grounds for the trial and decisive confrontation with those who by betraying the nation and creating insecurity, seek foreign domination over the country, proceedings must be conducted without leniency, compassion, or indulgence. Now, we did see Secretary of State for the U.S. Marco Rubio post simply this on social media today, quote, "The United States supports the brave people of Iran." And the State Department itself.
What up, Top Cat? They on my ass tonight, but I'm talking shit. It's one of those nights. I'm just gonna be honest with you. They on my ass tonight, and I'm talking shit.
On X saying, "Do not play games with President Trump. When he says he'll do something, he means it." Again, a look at some of the video here coming in out of Iran at this hour of those large protests that do continue. The U.S.-based human rights activist news agency reporting that at least 65 people have been killed during the demonstrations, with more than 20.
Okay, that was earlier. They said 65, then it went up. I have it right here. It says 1.5 to 1.8 million Iranians are in the streets fighting tonight. At this stage, it has spread to 512 locations, 180 cities, and all 31 provinces. All 31 provinces.
300 others detained. The Supreme Leader stating Trump is at least partially to blame for these protests. There is so much to discuss here, as always, so I do want to bring in Jonathan Saye, a research analyst at the Foundation for Defense of Democracy's Iran program. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here with us today.
It's great to be with you, Josh. Thank you for having me.
Of course, and as I mentioned, this is a story that so many people are paying close attention to, not just in the U.S., not just in Iran, but all over the world here. Can you kind of break down the Supreme Leader's comments there regarding President Trump and his role, he says, there in those protests and demonstrations?
So this has been a tactic for years now by the Islamic Republic, trying to delegitimize these protesters by using...
Okay, I'm gonna answer your question, Zinc. You said, how does it feel knowing I'm draft age? I actually signed up to join. They didn't let me in at the time, and then I caught a felony. So knowing that I'm draft age, I mean, it's not ideal, but I'm one of those people that it kind of bruh, if they call my number, they call my number. You know, it's not ideal. Hopefully I can, you know, be of great service to my country, wherever that is. I'm not going to dodge it, you know what I'm saying? If you think I'm going to be a damn dodger or something, no, I'm not going to run from this shit. It's going to be is what it is. I'm not going to run from it. It's not ideal, but shit, it is what it is.
Using these fake accusations that they're operating...
How did I catch a felony selling drugs?
...on behalf of a foreign government. And as you pointed out, these are serious accusations. Under the Islamic Penal Code, any form of espionage or operating on behalf of an adversary, quote unquote, is punishable by...
Actually, it wasn't. It was weed, if y'all want to know the drug. It wasn't cocaine, crack, or fentanyl. I was selling weed. I caught a felony selling weed, if y'all want to know the honest to God truth. I had some promethazine on me, some promethazine codeine. I was an addict at the time. I was using the promethazine codeine and I was selling the marijuana and shit. I got a felony from it. Did my time, got my record clean, and now we're back and we're better.
But that said, this particular wave has been very receptive to this administration's public diplomacy. We've seen what protesters are chanting on the ground, and they've absolutely heard what President Trump had to say, what Secretary Rubio have to say. These acts of solidarity have gone a long way. They've been very inspiring to the Iranian people. So it is really a moment that we need to back this rhetorical really remarks with action.
Ask you just overall, as we go kind of back to basics here, can you explain just how these protests really began and what the protests are all kind of related to?
Absolutely. So there has been a major really increase in anti-regime sentiment, of course, starting back in 2009 when I was involved in these protests, back when I was in Tehran. At that phase, the trigger was mostly political. That of course, got cracked down on. Then we saw wave after wave starting in 2017, 19, 2022, and now this current wave. And although
Thank
they had
y'all, man.
different triggers in the past, for example, they may have been a political trigger like 2009, or environmental triggers because of water scarcity, or a social trigger like we saw in 2022 with the Women Like Freedom movement, or in this case being an economic trigger, the collapse of the real. Nonetheless, the grievances are going beyond just demands of whether economic reform or political reform. The demands are inherently regime change by the people, and we're seeing an increase in a nationalist sentiment.
You said watch Goldie, an Iranian politician. Who is Goldie? Goldie Iran is what I'm finna type in. Goldie Jamari. It's actually live right now. I'll check her out.
A desire to bring back the monarchy led by Pahlavi. So that is really what is generating the momentum with this current protest wave.
Looking at some of the video coming in out of Iran, and you can see just how many people are involved in these different protests. We've also seen some of the objects there, vehicles and such, that are lit on fire, and you'll see some of that video in just a second. How might the reported fatalities, as we mentioned at least 65 at this point, potentially affect the people's willingness to continue protesting, especially if the Supreme Leader tells them you might be sentenced to death?
Iranians are no stranger to crackdowns. This has been going on for years now. It is unfortunately part of their daily lives. We have to remember that following the 12-day war, officials arrested more than 20,000 Iranians for simply posting something on, on Twitter or on social media or on X or Instagram or what have you. So this is a regime that really looks for...
Yeah, they said the internet is down in Iran, but they say Elon put Starlink up. Elon has Starlink up, so I have seen some videos of some people like standing around the table using their phones with Starlink. They said they cut all the lights to the city though. They cut all the lights to the cities, so the infrastructure is being shut down. I don't know how people are going to charge their mobile devices. I honestly don't. Maybe they didn't shut off all the power. Maybe they just shut off the light. I don't know.
Any excuse to crack down on dissidents, whether it executes them in jails or opens fire on them.
Oh, this Fox News. You said what news channel is this? This Fox right here.
Street. This is really a point of no return for them. The idea that them backing down would somehow improve their livelihood is no longer an option. You're talking about a population that's so alienated by its own regime, a population that's inherently anti-Islamist and is really thriving for a secular form of democracy. So they really don't have a reason to stop protesting because daily life in Iran has not really been functional in a normal sense. People can't afford food. They do not see this government as legitimate or as really a representative of Iranian national interest. And given how far protesters have really taken this movement now, we're reaching a point of no return, meaning if they were to stop right now, the backlash afterwards would be really, really horrendous.
The potential for U.S. involvement, is it more of a threat? What is the realistic possibility of the U.S. getting involved in all of this?
There certainly are quite a range of things.
Thank you, Chaffee. Okay, Live, I appreciate that info, Live. We'll check it out later on.
Washington can do right now. Of course, as we said, public diplomacy, rhetorical support is very, very helpful, but it needs to be backed up with other actions. But it's very important that we know supporting Iranian protesters is not necessarily an act of war, in a sense that there's no expectations of boots on the ground like we saw in other Middle Eastern countries. In this case, Iranian anti-regime movement has the capacity to really topple the regime and really be an advocate for U.S. in the region, be an American ally. So that should be what we're focusing on. And there are two main immediate things Washington can do. One of them is cyber support. So you want to have cyber attacks against the regime's repression apparatus, the command and control, to disrupt that, allowing protesters to really expand their movement. Parallel with that, is important that we maintain and sustain these strikes led by laborers, and that could be done using the frozen assets that Iranians have in different banks. So you have these two pillars. But more importantly, it's really important for Washington to back up these threats. It's important that the Islamic Republic knows if they continue to open fire on unarmed protesters, there will be consequences. And there's a framework for that. We saw what Israel did during the 12-day war, specifically during the last few days. They went after the repression apparatus, going after the Basij, local headquarters, enabling all these protest movements to really unify.
Is there anything about these protests and really the situation in general there in Iran that maybe people don't fully understand, misunderstand? What can you tell me about that?
There remain three themes that I've noticed that have not really been covered accurately, I think, so far. One of them is the label of economic protest. These protests, even though, as we said, were ignited by an economic development, they're not inherently economic, meaning there's no demands for economic reform. The demands are inherently regime change. And second of that...
All right, chat. I need everybody to double tap the screen, shut a live out. We are 25 subscribers away from the next sub goal. But I do have, I did put the Discord link. I put the Discord link on the community tab wall. If y'all want to join this call and do a panel and debate or talk about these topics, go to my community tab, click that link, and it'll bring you to my Discord. I'm in the voice chat right now. I'm in the voice chat. Hold on, let me get in there. Oh, shit, it's a lot of people in my voice chat already. Damn.
What's up, man?
Damn, it's a lot of people in the voice chat already. But listen, okay, so if y'all want to join this call and debate, we got like 6 people already in the Discord. The Discord link is posted on the wall. We got like 6 people in here. Join the Discord, man, and you will be live right here, right now. Y'all can ask me any question, because y'all been talking a lot of shit tonight.
We are officially live, y'all. Welcome.
I was gonna say, I don't think we were prepared for this.
Oh, well, my bad,
Read
man.
the cue cards. You'll be all right.
Well, tonight we talking about a lot of things, man. We talking about Trump, Iran, Venezuela. We're talking about Greenland. We just got a lot going on.
Full disclosure, though, Plug, I have been completely out of politics, so I'm completely caught off guard.
Okay. All right. We're going to wait for Top Cat or somebody to join, man. Oh, my browser is tripping. Wow.
Can they hear us right now?
Yeah, they can hear you.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Yeah, they can hear y'all, man.
Hey, when y'all get a chance, make sure y'all join the Discord, man. It be lit up in here. And we don't just talk politics.
All right, Chris.
Trash. I'm kidding. I will not disclose what we was talking about before Plug hopped in.
All right, well, look, nobody's joining the Discord. I'm gonna let y'all have it.
Ice cream.
I'm gonna let y'all have it.
Let's not get into it.
Yeah, I'm gonna let them have it. What we gonna do is we just gonna open up the phone lines, man. That's what we gonna do. We gonna let them have it in the Discord. That's why y'all join my Discord, because it's always something going on in the Discord. You know, we did just start the prepping chat, but we just gonna let them have it right now. They in there kicking and hanging out, so we just gonna let them have it. I do have the phone number pinned. If anybody wants to call in and have a conversation, y'all can call in now. Let me yeah. All right, man. Yeah, we got the phone line pinned, man. We got the phone line pinned. Everybody double tap the screen, shut a live out. We are 25 subscribers away from the next sub goal. 25 subscribers away from the next sub goal. That's crazy, man. Hold on. Oh yeah, Mexico did release their statement. I could read Mexico's statement. Oh, they saying this page doesn't exist. What? Alright. It says, Honorable Marco Rubio. This letter is addressed to Marco Rubio. Dear Secretary Rubio, we write to strongly oppose the unauthorized use of military force in Venezuela. Threats from the president and administration officials alluding to U.S. military action inside Mexico without Mexico's consent, without congressional authorization. I'm just going to be honest. Is she talking about, or are they talking about America's congressional authorization or Mexico's? Because I swear, every time I see a Mexican congressional hearing, they're fighting on that thing, man. I'm not gonna lie. The last 2-3 times the Congress and Mexico got together, they was in a throwing blows. It was an all-out brawl, man. I remember that. I watched it a bunch of times. President Trump has falsely claimed he could legally order military action against Mexico without congressional authorization. In a January 3, 2026 interview with Fox News after the illegal strikes against Venezuela, President Trump asserted that the cartels are running Mexico. We have to do something. When asked in a December 9, 2025 interview with Politico whether he would consider taking action against Mexico, he replied, "Sure I would. Unilateral military action against Mexico would be disastrous. Mexico is America's #1 trading partner and critically important security partner with whom we share long-standing familiar and border connections. Under President Claudia Sheinbaum, Mexico has dramatically increased its cooperation with the United States. Any unilateral military action will violate Mexico's sovereignty and tarnish the new era of cooperation that the Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum has ushered in. The impacts of military action on American business interests will be far-reaching. The U.S. foreign direct investment into Mexico surpassed $14.5 billion last year. More than 1 million American jobs are tied to cross-border commerce, and over 5 million U.S. jobs depend on commerce with Mexico. Military action would also undermine our decades-long effort to address shared security interests, particularly those posed by transnational criminal organizations that traffic guns, illicit drugs, and people across the U.S. border. Over the past 20 years, the United States has launched programs to support progress in areas that have high impact in the fighting and fentanyl supply chain, strengthening the rule of law, limiting precursor chemicals. Hold on.
Call from
Dorsey.
All right, hold on, Dorsey. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, hold on. Precursor chemicals, combating corruption, limiting financial flows, and strengthening port of entry enforcement. All right, man. But they said, yeah, unilateral attacks would be disastrous. Go ahead.
Hey, NATO gonna help Trump take over Iran as peace keeping force and so forth. That way Trump will stop looking at Greenland. They probably gonna say, well, look, if we help you take over Iran, will you take Greenland off the table? And then he'll be like, all right, I'll let it slide.
Trump's not letting shit slide, bro.
Man, he gonna let that shit slide because that's the art of the deal. Make them think you want something else so they can give you what you really want. Because, I mean, he ain't gonna go no, and, you know, them are talking about we gonna shoot first and ask questions later. He ain't gonna throw rice at the way and stop
Listen,
lying.
Trump's not bullshitting about Greenland. It's either the easy way or the hard way. You heard what he said, man. Listen, whether they want to say Greenland belongs to the United States or not, man, Trump finna go over there and do what he want to do, man. Put whatever up he want to put up over there, man. Ain't nobody finna say shit.
So you saying that Trump telling people in Greenland, I like shit and I want shit. And we can do this the easy way, do this the hard way. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes.
So I really think that what Trump will do is he'll coerce NATO to say, like, look,
if you guys really want me to lay off of Greenland, go on and give me Iran. Iran will be a big-ass feather in his cap.
That
America's
has
greatest
nothing to do
enemy.
with the Monroe Doctrine 2.0. Did we talking about the Dunroe Doctrine, man? He named this shit after himself. He's not making any concessions on Greenland. If he got to fight this shit for 3 years to get it together, he going to fight this shit for 3 years before he leave this motherfucker. He's going to try to do something. And now...
Okay, so...
Go ahead.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
The timeline is accelerated because they don't think they're going to win midterms. Trump think he's going to be impeached, man. He's finna go and try to do this shit now.
That's why he got to go ahead and take Iran out. That's why, if he knock out Iran and Venezuela, two of our biggest enemies, two countries that's been a thorn in our side, to Obama, even since Jimmy Carter. You know, he was talking about the helicopters yesterday in one of his little speeches, talking about they weren't ready for the dust, and he should have called it off. He was talking about, you know, Jimmy Carter should have called off that raid. And what's happening is, hey man, America don't forget nothing. We remember the Alamo, we remember Pearl Harbor, we remember everything. So we ain't gonna forget it. For his generation, you gotta understand, he's from the old school. You know, he's sitting back looking at like, oh man, this is a disgrace. We let Iran take our people hostage and we ain't get nothing out of return. Yeah, he ain't forgot about that. I mean, because to me, I'm just going to keep it real. And like I said, you know, I'm not no Trump supporter. I'm an independent. But if he knock out Venezuela, Iran, and he bring the gas prices down like 50 cents more, man, you think I'm going to sit up there and be crying over some people that I don't know and that ain't never liked me?
That's the thing, Dorsey. You think he's trying to do either or. I think he's trying to do it all.
Yeah, I know, but he got to take it one step at a time.
Since when?
Just grab everything out the store. You can't loot just everybody. You got to like.
Since Trump has since Trump has came in this second term, what has he tried to do one thing at a time? You would see Zelensky come in, then you would see some people from Saudi Arabia come in. Then you would see everybody's coming in. Man, Trump's trying to get everything accomplished immediately at the same damn time. Sell it at the same time. Come on, man. Trump's trying to do all this shit. You talking about one thing at a time. When? I've watched this man every fucking day for a year. He's never tried to do one thing at a time.
No, because he might attempt to do things. See, you can attempt to do something, but the completion, the follow-up is what counts.
And he
tried to be a good
that's
man.
The thing, Dorsey. That's the thing. That's the thing. He has about 9 to 10 months to get this shit done. Depending on how the midterm go, it could be extended another 2 years.
I see H. Buster's talking about, Dorsey, why can't Trump get USA weapons back from the Taliban? Because he made a deal with them in Camp David that they could keep that shit. You know, nobody seems to remember Trump the first term and the deal he made with the Taliban with Camp David. And now you're talking about the Saudis is talking about they'll give him a whole country club. And then Israel talking about they'll give him the Gaza Strip beachfront property. Man, Trump's finna do that. And y'all seem to forget we got 1,000 more days of Trump. This is just his first year. Ain't like y'all, you know, it ain't like he's finna go down. Man, Trump's finna get everything done. Care about no election? The Democrats was in charge and they didn't do nothing. So shit, Trump like, man, I ain't thinking about y'all. I'm finna do what I gotta do. And then what he gonna do, he gonna run on the third term and I'm gonna vote for him and that's just the way it is, because ain't none of y'all gonna do nothing. I'm sick of you liberals sitting up here whining and complaining on behind your keyboards, but y'all ain't gonna do nothing. Yeah, he killed a white woman. Where WLM at? Where the White Lives Matters? Where the women? Where the WWL?
Man, Dorsey, here you go.
White women matter. Ain't nobody care about her. I don't know why they using that woman as a scapegoat or whatever. I don't see nobody. I'm in LA. I don't see nobody marching down the street. Or do you?
Yeah, I seen some protests in LA.
In LA?
Yeah.
Nah. Okay, so they burning shit down?
Nah, I didn't say I seen riots. I said protests.
Hey, yeah, but see, that don't count. Like y'all saying, how much was it in Iran? 100 and some people died. Was it 100 or was it 65? What was the number?
They saying 70 something.
Okay, 70 something out of a country of 33 million, right? Here in LA, we had a riot for 3 days and 180 some people died. And then the damn thing changed.
Oh, the one in 90?
Yeah, 92, you know.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody do nothing.
Nobody did that.
Didn't change nothing. Not even in the LA County area. I mean, I'm just keeping it 100. So, y'all talking about, it's a big... All I saw was a bunch of people. And that's easy to do with college students because that's how the first revolution started, on college campuses. You can tell college kids, hey, you can fool them to running out there in the street and get shot in the face and, all that.
Well, what about in Minnesota? They tried to run into the hotel where the ICE was at.
And they ran their ass right back out, didn't they?
Yeah, let me see who this calling, Dorsey.
No, because you always, because my whole thing, and then I'm going to let him plane, and then I'll let them get to the caller. Mighty funny, in Iran, a woman got shot in the face, and they nutted up, and they riding. But here in the United States, a woman gets shot in the face, and y'all don't do nothing but light some damn candles. Y'all ain't gonna do shit. I'll just keep it real. So yeah, like I said, my country, right or wrong, America's gangster now. So I'm riding with gangster America. All right, we can land the plane. Bye. Have a greatest damn show on YouTube. Trump 2028, baby. Woo!
This nigga Dorsey said 2090. He was finna say 2098.
Yo.
What's going on, caller? What's your name? Where you calling from?
It's Yo Salmon from there. You know what it is, Flood. What's going on?
What it do, OG? You got to speak up a little bit. You a little muffled.
Okay, hold tight. Let me get you right. All right, you got me now, bro?
Yeah, you sound a lot better. What's going on, OG? I'm glad you called in.
Hey, man, just chilling watching these playoffs. You know how I do. You know, it's football time for me. Just wanted to comment on your last caller. You know I love Dorsey like he was a brother from another. Dorsey don't understand what you're trying to tell him. Trump don't give a fuck about Iran. Iran is Israel's problem. Trump want Greenland. And bro, me and you both know what Trump want. He finna stamp 10 toes down on it.
He finna damn sure try. For sure. Not saying he
gonna
try.
If he got 12, he gonna put 12 in the ground.
And I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all, Yosemite, a lot of this shit, I ain't gonna say a lot of it, but you know how bulletproof is with it when it comes to their ego.
For sure.
What was the running theme over not this month that much, but over the last, I say from like October to December, really September to December, all the liberals kept saying what? What was the term they was using? It was one word that just kept spamming in all the chats, all the memes.
Damn. You gonna have to judge me on that one, Plug.
Trump taco. taco. Trump always chickens out. They kept saying he always chickens out. Now that he kidnapping fucking presidents, stealing motherfucking oil tankers and shit, they saying he doing too much. When he said he was gonna do it.
Like a crime boss, dog.
They were saying he always chickens out, and now shit got real, and everybody scratching their head like, wow. Hey, man.
Like Goodfellas, bro, for real. You looking like Goodfellas. The man ain't playing no games, man. Bottom line, right now, Trump mind is for me to hold on to what I got, even my legacy. Because we know there's so much bullshit out there on him. Do something great, it's going to cave on him. For him to hold on to his legacy, he like Pinky in the Brain. World domination.
See, y'all say he's still a taco. I hear you, OG. They say he's still a taco.
Hey, but Plug, I told you this shit long before he even became president. I told this shit in the campaign. I told you, I say, the man want world domination, Plug. I even told you, I say, Plug, the man shooting for a third term. When number 2 motherfuckers out of this community was saying that to you, E&G Money, and back at the time, you were telling me, hey, yo, Sam, the man chill with that shit. He ain't gonna be able to do that shit. He ain't looking to do that shit. Do you believe in that, Plug?
No, I didn't say he wasn't looking. I said I don't think he could. I didn't said I don't think he could.
But do you believe it now, Plug?
Yeah, I believe they trying for sure.
World domination. He is thinking. Every day he wake up, you know what he thinking? Hey, and now he the brains. He telling Pinky, main objective is to take over the world. Is his main objective. Here, listen, I hear Dorsey talking all that bullshit about Iran. In Trump mind, Iran ain't even his problem. Guess who problem Iran is?
We know. Yeah.
Who I just say Iran problem is?
That's Netanyahu, no problem.
That's their problem. His objective is world domination. Me and G Money are done. I told Money this shit last week, yo. Me and G Money are done. World domination. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the New World Order. It is in effect. I hear you, Dorsey. You barking on the wrong track.
You know Dorsey finna call back in.
Hey, Bulletproof's ultimate mission is world domination. Before I let 2 other motherfuckers sit over in a spot that I feel like I need to own and be in control of the territory, man, I'm telling you, thinking like a drug. Why you think he partnering all the drug dealers? Who he thinking like, Plug? He I ain't gonna say one of us, because we reform. But he thinking like a drug dealer. They gotta keep it real.
Yeah, Trump got a lot going on, man.
Is the domain.
Yeah, he trying to dominate the Western Hemisphere for sure. He said that part out loud.
I just wanted to chime in and let you know we on the same page, but I told you this shit a long time ago, even when you didn't believe it. I said, now, Plug, you're going to see a lot of other shit that's going to go on in between this. Like, no, Yosemite, but we got laws in place. Hey, man, fuck them laws. Lawless, man. This lawless. You ever seen that movie Lawless?
I seen it.
They were running that moonshine.
Uh-huh.
The boy used to say every time somebody tell him something wrong. Hey, man, they lawless, man. I'm just telling you, we are here. This is the world we live in. Tell everybody, buckle on, put your chin strap on, make sure your helmet tight, get your popcorn, what I've been saying for all this time, Plug. Get your what ready?
The popcorn.
Get your popcorn ready. We here now.
Nah, for sure, OG.
For sure. You know I love you, man. Hey, big up the best fucking show on the planet. And we ain't talking about you. We talking about the best show on the planet.
Man, I sure appreciate
People like
you,
to
OG.
subscribe and come in to us, man. We the best show on the planet. We're going to give you the real. I love you, my dog.
I love OG, man. I appreciate you for calling in. Man, it's always a good time with OG Yosemite to call in, man. He have been saying this, man. Him and OG Pal haven't changed their tune since the election cycle, really since before the debate, before the presidential debate. They have not changed their tune. We're going to take one more caller. Dorsey, if you want to call back in, you can, but we'll take one new caller as well, man.
Call from.
What's going on, caller? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Billy Thornton from New Mexico.
What's going on, New Mexico?
And nothing much, just to input my opinion on what I think is going to possibly happen with Trump's foreign policy.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I think most is going to fall flat. I honestly do believe that it's hyperbolic rhetoric. For whatever reason, Trump's tendency is to say, like to blow things out of proportion, but it never, a lot of the stuff that he says never comes to fruition. For example, in his first term, he said he was going to blow North Korea to smithereens. That didn't happen. Earlier this year, blowing Iran to smithereens, that also didn't happen. The most involvement that the U.S. was in was striking the nuclear sites, resulted into no casualties, and even that was soap opera theatrics because they already moved the material somewhere else. Set back their infrastructure that I give them credit for. There was no casualties, though. That was a quick, swift military tactic, but like again, it didn't really set them back so far as, you know, they're not able to enrich their uranium. A plethora of sources said that there is a huge speculation that they moved it somewhere else before the strikes even occurred. So a lot of stuff is theatrics. You can even go to Venezuela, where, I mean, Nicolas Maduro is the big fish, but the regime is still intact. There's going to be no force to switch it from the authoritarian to a pro-democracy, like I alluded to before in the previous phone call. I can list you, I'm trying to list another example where, you know, what he says doesn't really match with his action, such as he's claiming that he stopped 9 wars and wants to label himself the quote-unquote peace president. None of that stuff occurred. For example, the issue with Cambodia and Thailand, that skirmish has been going on for 900 years. Only a temporary ceasefire, and and when he went in for diplomatic alternatives in Malaysia, he brokered a quote-unquote peace deal with one country. So, like, both parties wasn't even involved in that. And so there was a temporary ceasefire. Then shortly after, they continued back with striking each other back and forth. I mean, that has a lot to do with, of course, territorial objectives. But there's a temple that's sacred, been obtained by them back and forth throughout the 900 years. I mean, you can look all this stuff up, so, and you'll see that, you know, my point is validated. Go on with the Israel and the Gaza situation. the same outcome, just a temporary ceasefire, which Israel violated shortly after. I mean, you really gotta pay attention to what he says because, like 50%, throwing a percentage out there, it's the bluff. And with the Greenland situation, you gotta think of potential scenarios. Is the U.S. military going to be unified with that demand? I mean, because this is now like intruding on a NATO country's sovereignty. So, like, what makes you think that the U.S. military unit is going to unify and say, hey, yes, we're willing to go and intrude on a government sovereignty if you're not able to negotiate a price to annex Greenland, which they already made it known that they want their own sovereignty. So how is this possible? You see where I'm going with this? I mean, a lot of stuff he says is just pompous language. And, I mean, you pretty much got to wait it out. But to be fair, looking at it from a geopolitical point of view, Greenland would be astronomical. And if he actually does the offense, what are the NATO countries really going to do? Are they going to risk a hot war with the U.S.? Chances are it's most likely no. So, I mean, if he is actually that brazen, it's actually a brilliant geopolitical move. Of course, when it comes to a moral standpoint, it's terribly wrong. I mean, if you're the number one superpower and, you deem a country as easy pickings, why not, such as Greenland? Fault him for, having those ruminating thoughts. And like I said, I really don't think the other NATO countries
all right, True.
unified to defend, huh?
Nah, I was telling Truth good night. He was saying he's getting up out of here. No, I'm listening to you. Go ahead.
Yeah, so this is just, we're just strictly talking about foreign policy since that's the big discussion. I really don't think Greenland is ever gonna to fruition. This whole road doctrine, most of it is just what I like to soap opera theatrics. Is he really gonna strike Mexico to stop the drug cartel? I just don't see it. And plus, I mean, the war on drugs, it really doesn't make sense to continue because as long as there's a demand in the U.S., there's always going to be an incentive to indulge in the black market if you're that risky enough. Drug cartels is already making a killing in Mexico. Why would they stop? Even if they do land strikes in specific areas and target the head of the cartel, a day or two someone else is going to be willing to replace the head position, or there's going to be several factions going to a complete war with each other on number one spot. So it's always going to continue. It really makes no sense. The solution is both countries, even like Latin America itself and the U.S. have to implement the same policy, which is legalize, tax, regulate. We said this before, take the money profit incentive from the black market and transfer it to pharmaceutical companies where they can regulate it and make it less potent so it can decrease overdoses. So,
all right. Well, I appreciate you for calling in, man, and giving us your input.
Yeah, no problem.
Hell yeah, man. We finna get up out of here, man. I definitely appreciate you. We'll get with you next time, caller. Billy,
Yeah.
Billy. Yeah, I remember your name,
And,
Billy. We'll get with you next time, Billy.
thank me later when none of this comes to fruition. I'm pretty good at
Okay.
political instincts.
Okay.
Sorry about
All right, man. Yeah, we'll be waiting for you to call back, man, and tell us you were right.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. All right, Chad. We finna get up out of here, man. If Dorsey wanna call back, you can call back. If not, we finna get up out of here, Chad. I'm getting a little tired. I don't wanna go to sleep on y'all. I went to sleep on y'all last night. Been up all day. Oh man. I think the last caller and he had some good points, but I do definitely think Trump's not just talking when it comes to this shit. I think he's ready to risk it all. I think that's where we differ. I don't think he thinks Trump's ready to risk it all, and I do. I do think Trump's ready to risk it all. I definitely think Trump's ready to risk it all. Dorsey, you better come on a call. You said you called, and you better come on. Before it be over with. I be telling y'all to double tap the screen, shut a live out, man. Where you at, Dorsey?
Call from
Dorsey.
What going on, Dorsey?
Hey, what's going on, man? I had to eat my burger. That's the reason why I wasn't calling. All right. So I heard what Yosemite has to say, and a big shout out to Tampa. You know, I love Tampa. But I understand if we were dealing with a normal person, your rationales would make sense, but we're not dealing with the ordinary person. We're talking about a megalomaniac. So I think that Trump is going. He got to have trophies. He wants that Nobel Peace Prize. He wants it. So
Good night, Midwest.
Huh?
Now you said he want that Nobel Peace Prize and what?
he wants that Nobel. He wants the notoriety of the world. He wants to be worshipped around the world as being a peacemaker. So if he come in there and say, "Hey, I'm saving the Iranian people from being massacred," boom, he's a peacemaker. If he say, "Hey, I freed the people in Venezuela from a tyrant," boom, he a peacemaker. So every place he go, no, he ain't got to solve the issue. He just got to act on it. You know what I'm saying? And that's the whole thing. You know, it's all a PR stunt. But and unfortunately, the people in Iran is playing right along with his thing because they saying, "Please come save us, Trump." But see, that's what the people in Iraq said when George Bush invaded. The first Bush. Come on, and the United States was like, "Well, go on and we'll free yourself and we'll help you." And then the people went out there and got massacred. So the United States plays along. The United States don't never play fair. We play games with people's lives. We already know that. And like I said, this is just one little thing that's going on. Right now, America is basically sitting on its hands because, you know, people ain't out there running in the streets talking about, no, this ain't fair. You got ICE going on. You know what I'm saying? You got all kind of stuff, wars going on, and then the American people just sitting up like ain't nothing happening. nothing happening. So, me, myself, I'm like, okay, well, it's cool because I'm not a Democrat and I'm not a Republican. I'm a liberal. I mean, I'm not a liberal, but I'm an independent. So, to me, I'm looking at them gas station pump prices. Hey, the price of gas is going down. Now, ain't no jobs coming up, but hey, if you're not 50 cents off of my gas, I'm cool. I'm gonna ride with you, until the elections. And and then they talking about they want AOC. Come on now, that's throwing in the towel right there. I mean, I'm being real. If this was a sporting match, you would say it's fixed.
Man.
Finna take a dive. It looks like to me the Democrats trying to take a dive. If you throw Gavin Newsom in the game, I'll be like, okay, that's a fair fight. But man, if you brought AOC into it, man, ain't nobody. Let's keep it real. Ain't nobody in America gonna vote for no woman president. Get it through y'all head. It didn't happen. Now, if you probably had Michelle Obama, it might happen. But anybody else? No, man, ain't nobody gonna go vote for no AOC. They didn't vote for Kamala. I mean, I'm just keeping it real. So, Democrats might get a little get back in the Congress. They ain't gonna make no big gains in the Senate, because that's what really has the power is the Senate. So, it's just, I don't know. I guess you could just say it's a shit show. It's just showing us some shit. Nobody doing, like I said, the Democrats haven't, ever since Trump became president, the Democrats hadn't did nothing. Not a thing. You got Schumer over there, saying the little weak shit he's saying, but they ain't putting up no real defense. I mean, that's just the way it is. So we're going to go to war. We got 1,000 more days of Trump. This is just his first year. I can't wait to see what's happening in the next three. Next 3 years, really going to be interesting. If he going at the rate he going, Trump will be running for president's third term. And that's the truth.
Crazy.
I mean, for real. Because if he get this done, if he get that oil and he get that price, that gas to drop, now if we get Iran, is he gonna do the same thing? Is he gonna take over and then he gonna put it on offshore accounts?
Damn. Probably. Here go OG Yosemite calling back. Hold on, Dorsey, man. Let me take OG Yosemite call because I'm finna go to sleep. Let me take his call and then
Yosemite, hey, man, call back, baby. Hey, that's an intelligent man right there. I can see. All right. Yo.
What going on, OG?
Hey, Plug, I'm just chiming back in because I want to answer Dorsey. I think Dorsey's missing our point about what we're trying to say. I hear what Dorsey is saying, but Dorsey don't understand the schematics of the landscape. You feel what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
I think Dorsey don't understand. This ain't about a political staff for Donald Trump right now. This is about trying to keep folks out of our backyard. And right now, Trump looking at our backyard as being who?
Mexico and Greenland.
Not Mexico, not Venezuela.
Greenland.
What we been talking about? What do you want to take over?
Greenland.
That's our backyard. What Trump looking at is that all the bullies trying to come to our backyard to play. In order for me to have control over our backyard, I got to make sure the bullies ain't in our backyard. Do you agree or disagree?
No, I agree.
I hear what Dorsey's saying. All the Nobel Peace Prize and all that shit might look good. Donald Trump don't give a fuck about that, man. That woman, when she come over here, she gonna get it. He already know the place. You know, the woman that won the Nobel Peace Prize, when she come over here trying to make favors, what she gonna do? She gonna honor up the Nobel what? Peace Prize. He ain't worried about that. What he's worried about is he trying to play in our backyard. And where our backyard at?
Yeah, the Nobel Peace Prize committee came out and already said that once the Nobel Peace Prize is given, it can't be transferred or none of that.
Absolutely, but he don't give a damn about. We know Trump. We know bulletproof. Damn about that. If that woman say, well, even though media might not recognize it, if I give it to him, how Trump gonna take that?
Yeah.
We know who we dealing with. It's bulletproof. Bulletproof primary concern right now is one thing. I got a hold on the oil market. You have a hold on the oil market?
Mm-hmm.
Where everybody was buying their oil from, did he just come over there and debo that motherfucker?
Yeah, he took it.
So what Bulletproof worried about is one thing. I had these folks playing in my backyard. That's too close to home. It's going to ruffle some feathers. It's going to break up NATO, but me and you've been talking about this for how long? About him phasing out NATO.
For a while.
And you know my opinion on that when we talked about it. I felt like it wasn't the greatest of moves, but this is what we're dealing with. Right now, Trump is worried about his backyard. Y'all motherfuckers are entirely too close. And before I let y'all set up shop in my backyard, I'm going to take my backyard back over. Do you agree or disagree?
Nah, I see what's going on. What's up, Maddie?
You see the play? Play. Now, like I said...
Damn, OG. I don't know how he hung up, Chad. I don't know what happened. OG, did your phone die?
Yo, Sam.
Yeah, with your phone.
My bad, big dog. My call dropped in the middle of me saying what I was saying.
No, that's all good. Go ahead.
Because really, I'm echoing what you've been saying. And this is why I say, even bro, sometimes when we disagree, we can't help but to agree. Lead us right back into the freedom road.
Mm-hmm.
One thing he is going to protect is his backyard. And he don't give a fuck about who care about it, who think it's right, who think it's wrong. He don't give a fuck about that. But to protect his backyard. And right now, he see everybody trying to come into his yard, play with his football and his toys, and he ain't gonna allow it.
Yeah, right. And then we gotta understand too that it's about legacy too. He realized that once he lost that second election, he realized like, damn, everything that I didn't do or couldn't have done, if my legacy would if Trump never got presidency again, right? If he would have just won the first term and never became president again, would he have been talked about 100 or 200 years from now, like some of these other presidents are?
Absolutely, and I agree, but it's bigger than that. It's about the fact that I got a chance to say, what? Save America.
And they're going to talk about that for 200 years.
Contrary to what we may believe and whether we agree with them or disagree with them, if China or Russia get a stronghold in our backyard, that's going to make us look weak. Donald Trump refuses to look weak. Now, irregardless...
Damn, OG, they don't want you talking tonight. It's It's snowing in England, H. Buster.
Call from.
Yo. Bro, you gotta forgive me because I got these little bullshit headphones.
It's alright. Go ahead.
You know how that goes. But what I was saying, contrary to whatever we may think, he wants to make sure he does not look in the eyes of the world as if he's a weak president. It's been Donald Trump's objective from the word go, and me and you both knew this. We talked about that so many times. So one thing he is going to protect is his backyard. And if anybody ain't on board with him protecting his backyard, he don't give a fuck. Don't care. Before he left Vladimir, Kim Jong set up in his backyard, what he gonna do? My football, don't touch my basketball, don't play on my basketball court. This shit is mine. All mine.
Hell yeah, OG.
This is the only time where you might have, well, you never heard me say this, and the whole time we've been talking. The one time I may say, I may not agree with the shit that he did. I may not agree with a lot of shit that he allows to go on. This is one time I can't knock him for it. Well, it's going to ruffle some feathers. It's going to knock us out of NATO, man. We've been talking about that for years. We've been talking about this for 3 years. See, this is a 3-year conversation with me and you that Dorsey don't even know about. He's gonna get. That man ain't gonna let nobody come in that backyard and take over his backyard.
Nah, for sure,
That's
OG.
why he is so adamant about saying, I need to annex Whitney. If anybody stand in the way of it, so be it. Yeah, we got a lot of bases over there. That shit don't mean nothing to Donald Trump. See, right now, there's power plays being made, and he ain't gonna allow for them to be made. On top of that, he's on the other side with Venezuela saying, hey, I ain't sending no more of y'all. This is my block. Y'all ain't sending no more of y'all dope on my block unless I get a cut. Now, if Russia want to buy from y'all, China want to buy from y'all, that's all good. Ain't no more dope being sold on this block unless I get a cut.
Nah, for sure, OG.
Grand mafioso standard.
Hell yeah.
Watching it, the Godfather, bro. I'm just keeping it real.
Yeah, I told you, man. Man, listen, man. Trump on some shit right now, man. But we finna get up out of here, OG. I don't want to fall asleep on here.
Show for show, man. I love you. Hey, go on and close the show down.
All right, now. All right, OG. Appreciate it, man. Look.
Fucking show in the land. Y'all like, comment, subscribe. If you want to hear the real, we're going to give you the real. And we ain't bothered about it. Because even my brother on the other side, I know he like to watch Fox News. I watch CNN, and he know how we battle about that. We're the greatest fucking show on the planet. Y'all tune in. I love you, my boy.
I love you too, OG.
For sure.
Man, I appreciate OG calling in, man. It's always a good time when OG call in, man. We finna get up out of here, chat. Everybody double tap the screen, shut a live out. We're still 25 subscribers away from the next go. We go live every single day over here talking politics, current events, and entertainment, man. I don't care if you share this to your timeline or the last person you text. Do not gatekeep this channel. I'll see y'all on the next one, chat.